So, okie dokie, we are on session 12, and you are just outside of Sweno. You have trekked through the kind of marsh into more of a sort of mangrovey area to find Cecilia's house, which is this bright little kind of cabin in the woods, like witchy cabin in the woods vibe. And you chatted to Cecelia because she was the tiefling and that was in everybody's dreams from Azra. And you all have headed there, and upon arriving, found out that she needs help. She's told you that some monsters have taken over her tower, her wizard's tower, where she does all her kind of like experiments and potions and things, because she doesn't want to like blow up her own house and the village nearby. So she's been doing it inside of a rift to the Shadowfell, which is not too far away from her cabin. You chatted about the moral ethics of this, and kind of talked it out as a party, as a group, and I decided to go and help her. On some probing, you have realised that the monsters are mephits, and you met some of those on your way over to Cecilia's cabin. You encountered a variety of mephits, and she says that those are the sorts of things that have taken over her tower. There was some logistical chatter because her tower is a little way into the Shadowfell. I can't remember, Steph, did I say? I'm asking you, Steph, because you write notes. Like, fine. Not that no one else does, but Steph seemed to be minuscule things. Was it like 4 hours into the Shadowfell? I've forgotten. Or anyone, if anyone remembers.
I lost track at that point.
I didn't write down a time of how long it'd take us to get there.
I think it was like 4 hours.
I think it was 3 or 4. I didn't write it down, but I remember us talking about it.
I think it was 4. Because I think it would take you like a day's travel basically there and back, essentially.
Yeah.
It's like 8 hours walking, plus you got to deal with the tower. So then we were like, 8 hours walking, how are you going to know when we get there? When are we going to be back? What happens if something happens to us? So you've agreed that was it I think dawn the next day, Cecelia was going to come into the Shadowfell. She can teleport there. 8 o'clock the next day, she was going to teleport into the Shadowfell, because she can teleport but can't take anyone with her. So she's never actually really done the walk herself, apart from kind of maybe the first time that she traversed into the Shadowfell. And you chatted about her other things, you kind of got to know her a little bit better, but we left off with you all leaving her cabin. So we've walked out into the mangroves and swamps surrounding her cabin. She's given you a map, which leads to which is leading to her tower. To first the Scuse 1, which is the rift to a Shadowfell, and then from the rift to her tower. So unless there's anything that anyone would like to do or chat about or make sure you've done or want to sort of question before you head off, I'll ask for a survival check from one person who is like leading the party following this map to try and find that rift.
Ain't gonna be me. My survival's +1.
Mine's +2.
Mine's +2.
Are we all rolling?
No, just one person.
Oh, sorry, these are... I see, +2. I am...
+3.
I have +1.
Looking good for Ray.
Might be our leader.
Naturally.
Ray's distracted and not sure about this march, but go ahead, yeah. Oh, it's not bad. It's an 18.
18, that is good, that is good. So this walk to her tower is, it takes you about an hour and a half maybe. At some points, Wraith, I mean the map was really quickly drawn. It is not very, I don't know, it's a bit vague in parts because it's not like, you know, to scale or anything like that. But there's key features and landmarks on there. So Wraith, you're able to kind of navigate everyone through the marsh, and at times you know, there's sort of times where you're like, oh shit, is it like down this way? Because that kind of looks more like a path, but then I'm not quite sure if that's the way it wants us to go. It sort of wants us to follow the river, and you hug the river. And in doing so, avoid a few little not so nice encounters involving like poisonous bugs and mosquitoes, which you don't want any of that. So you make it to the rift, excuse 01, in an hour and a half, which means it is now coming up to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, or it's just gone 3 o'clock. I think the majority of you have seen a rift before. No, not the majority. Every single one of you has seen a rift before. And so it's not like a massive shock, and you kind of ish know what you're looking for and what to look out for. But you arrive in the general direction of where you need to be looking for this rift. And could everybody roll me either a nature or an arcana or an investigation or a perception check to look for this rift? Any one of those four. So investigation and perception are kind of self-explanatory. Arcana, because rifts are inherently magic, seeing if you can pick up a trace through that that kind of knowledge, or nature, because you're trying to understand the way that the rift might be kind of shaping the world around it.
Also, in the interest of honesty, team, I did, with Lauren's help, change Wraith's stats a little bit so that she's not as charisma heavy. She's now more wisdom heavy, because I didn't feel like she would be talking as much as she has been doing, and it just felt better for the character.
Yeah,
so
it's cool. We
she's
found
now
some good stuff.
Yeah, not high charisma. She's instead higher wisdom.
Sounds
Why are
logical.
you good
Yeah,
at- that's why you're
makes
good
more
at
sense.
survival.
Yeah,
Good character choice.
thanks.
What did you get, Michelle? Oh, you're putting it in stuff.
I got a nat 1, baby.
Hey.
Oh
Oh,
no.
Go.
No, not 20 of deception. Cool, I think that's everybody, yes. So, Dokie, highest with 23 arcana. And then Wraith following up, not far behind with the perception. So obviously it's well enough for me to say your character was in risk before, but you as people haven't. So the way that rifts appear, and I think I've sort of described them before, but they're almost like tricks of the light. This one, Scuso 1, is smaller. They vary in size, and you may have not encountered them, but there's sort of tales, or like, not tales, but you've heard people say that someone has seen a rift that's the size of like a door, like a mouse hole sort of thing. Like it's a tiny thing that's just popped up randomly. And those ones are very hard to find, but also like low risk because nothing can really go through that. There are some that are like the size of buildings or even taller. There's, I think, probably, to be fair, most of you probably know one huge rift that opened up is to the to the west of Royal Core, in the middle of the ocean, and that's big enough for many ships to sail through, and it leads to the plane of water, so that's used as like a route for ships now. This one is a bit smaller. It's sort of like height of like a door, basically. So maybe it's like 7 foot tall, and it sort of floats off the ground. And Harvey and Wrath, Xana kind of completely misses it. But it's hard to see, and with sort of where you are, the sort of like location you're at, sort of sunlight is like filtering in through leaves on trees, and it's getting a bit further into the afternoon. The sun's getting to that point in the sky when it's casting longer shadows, and sort of one of the key ways to look out for rifts is sort of a trick of the light, because they don't always appear from a certain angle. Sometimes you have to be looking at them from head on, sometimes you look at them from a 45-degree angle for them to be visible, and they appear to be sort of 2D almost. Some of the larger ones are a bit more perceptible, but this one is a smaller one, is a bit harder to spot, and you can almost kind of think, this far out, sort of, I mean, you're about an hour and 2 hours maybe away from Penswano, but you're in quite a remote part of like near jungle. It would be easy for this to be missed. But Toki and Wraith, you're able to see, like, you pick up on the kind of little differences between the sunlight coming in through trees and those longer shadows, and this sort of like rippled or dappled effect to the air that almost looks like, kind of like in films when they try and convey that someone is invisible and you get that sort of like floaty, shimmery look in the air. That's kind of how it appears, and so you kind of twist yourself and change it, and that's when you see it slide into view. And Toki, with Arcana, you sort of open with more your like mind than your eyes. You sort of reach out to try and feel for tendrils that come from magical objects, and rifts sort of feel the same, where you feel a kind of a disturbance or like a weight in the air, and the way you feel it is like pressure, like building in your ears as you sort of get closer to it and try and tap into finding it in this way. And as Wraith steps to one side and it comes into view for her, it comes into view for you as well. And what you see is sort of smooth as glass, just looks like an albeit fuzzy window into just a completely different world. It's sort of oval in shape, this rift as a whole, and as you look at it, the outside edges almost seem to be like spinning or like, I don't know, tattered or something, like frayed. And on the picture that Cecelia drew for you, it kind of was as like a spiral with sparks coming off of it, and that's sort of how it appears, like slow moving, but frayed edges. And looking through it, you can just see like darkness almost, but your eyes sort of focus and it's not darkness, it's just blackness, and you're kind of like, there's a difference, because darkness is the absence of light, but this is like the absence of colour that you're looking at. It's just shades of black and grey and very, very almost white, but so rarely highlighted in there. And the whole image sort of seems like shiver and ripple, but not like when a kind of stone is thrown into a lake and ripples will come out around the stone. This almost seems to be working backwards, like ripples are coming in from the edge of the rift and converging on a central point. And through this you are able to see that black and white world of the Shadowfell.
Haven't been this close to one of these for a while.
Seems
What
like
about
the
you
only.
guys?
Yeah, I've been through them not that long ago. None as spooky looking as this, though. Seems like the only thing to do is go through it if no one else wants to discuss.
Not much to discuss, and Wraith steps through them.
Fair.
Yeah, I'll step through the way.
Amazing. So the twins go through first, and walking through, it feels like it's been one step, but it feels like you've travelled miles. Like that one step feels kind of like sluggish, and seems to kind of take an age, but then when you step through and you're out of it, it feels like, you know, it's been a heartbeat, a breath. And those on the other side looking through, you can see the twins now in this like shadowed landscape, themselves as well a little bit blurry, as you look through the rift and the rippled glass effect, and you see them standing there.
I lean over to my brother. I'm glad you don't have to come back here so much anymore.
Yeah, me too. I'm not feeling so great about being here, but it's fine. We'll be fine.
I hold his hand, give it a squeeze.
Oh.
I'll squeeze, but
I keep holding his hand. I don't let it go in this place.
damn it, I'm trying to run away.
Well, I guess Harvey's going in after him.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll follow through.
Yeah, I will as well.
Amazing. Cool. And yeah, you experience the same sort of like distortion almost of time and space as you step through this rift into another world. And you don't have to like say out loud because it's probably private to people's backstories, but if anyone here hasn't been through a rift before and hasn't kind of made that step to another plane of existence, I don't know, just maybe reflect, I guess, on how it feels. Like everyone here really, apart from Xana, has grown up with these things. Like being a fact of life. For Xana, it was something that happened abruptly, like 21 years ago. But it's been enough time to sort of get used to them. But the feeling of like leaving your home world and taking one step and being in a completely alien world is probably a bit jarring if you've not done it before. So you don't have to say, but maybe just something to reflect on how it kind of makes your character feel a little bit. But you now find yourselves in the Shadowfell, which is just a colourless land. It's very much like I say, it's not dark, there is light, and you look up and you can see a sort of watery yellowy sun, or orangey sun rather, that does seem to give some light to the land, but otherwise it is just, I mean, like in the images, the place that you've stepped through seems to be sort of uneven ground of almost like slate material that's like jagged, no smooth pathways here. There's like dead brambles almost that seem to claw for light, any sort of light they can get. The plant life here seems to be like very competitive and light starved. Every now and then there'll be these huge sort of sharp columns or pillars of stone that just seem to rise up. Some of them smooth, like they might have been like man-made potentially at some point, and some of them more like in the third image where it's just like stone just jutting into the air. And yeah, looking up you just see this watery orange sun and a endless sky of cloud, just grey cloud. And looking around at your party, it is really striking how colourful all of you are here. Not something you would ever think about back home in Aurelia, but here it's like the world is just permanently in some sort of like eclipse almost. Enough light to see by, but the lack of colour is startling.
Anyone else feeling a little bit out of place?
Yeah, I'm really not a fan of the decor here.
No, I think we should get this over with as soon as possible.
Agreed.
Drive forward. Enough dilly dally.
For once, we're on the same page.
Fantastic. So you all begin to stride forwards. Wraith, could you please make me a wisdom save?
Save.
Damn it, Laura. What is happening?
Uh-oh.
It's a 9.
Cool.
Ah.
Thank you. Okay, cool. You don't feel anything at all. But
Oh, no.
you keep walking through this place. Can someone else give me a survival check, if that is still Ruth, as the most survivally person, to follow Cecilia's little map.
I mean, Wraith was going to do it because, but someone other than Wraith or me? Or can
No,
I
no,
do it?
happy for you to do it. If
You
you're
can
if
do
you're
it.
the most,
Yeah, I'm happy to follow Wraith.
Wraith striding forward confidently.
Love it.
It's 12.
12. Okay, cool. So again, the map isn't the most like detailed, but you can tell you're meant to walk through some sort of woodland kind of in the direction of away from a river. And then Cecelia had told you there would be sort of like tunnels through a mountain pass that she passed through the first time, and then her tower is basically the other end of this pass. And you can tell sort of like if you come to a lake, you've gone too far, stuff like that. So I've completely forgotten, like in one ear out the other, what role you got. Sorry. 12, cool. So it's alright, it's not too bad. Like, you sort of start walking forwards, and where you are, and Cecelia told you as well, her tower is sort of on an island, and looking out, you can see this. You sort of, as you look to the horizon, you'd expect to see maybe like mountains or something shooting up from it, but instead you're sort of on a high-ish point here, and you've got to walk down a hill a little bit to get to this forest that you need to walk through. And you see in the distance just this like black sea that is just tumultuous and like it's in a storm, but it's like here there's like no wind, it's unbelievably still here, like there's no breeze, like the lack of any sort of alive or living nature like bird song or plant growth is just like, that's not stunted and twisted, is like startling. And you see a sort of river flowing in from the north, and you know you need to walk away from that, so you kind of choose that position sort of southish to walk down this hill through into these woods. And like the rest of the plant life here, the trees are just these gnarled oaks almost, with roots sort of protruding out of the ground to just try and like get as much light as they possibly can, or water, or just like to strangle other trees. And you're walking through this sort of ancient woodland. Is anyone doing anything?
How we walking through? Let's
No.
hold otherwise.
Yeah.
Vanna will sidle up next to Ray. And like kind of try to like walk a little in front of people. And just be like, "Hey girl, you're doing a good job navigating."
Thank you.
I just wanted to check, like, now that we're on our way again, that there isn't any bad blood between us.
I have yet to spill your blood, so I don't see how there could be.
That's true, but you did kind of kick me off a roof a few days ago. I don't know if you remember, but it seemed like a little bit of an overreaction at the time.
I believe that was part of the game that you all insisted I play.
Yeah, the thing with games is, especially children's games, I think normally there shouldn't be a risk of really hurting myself. And obviously I didn't. And she like flips her hair because it's my first time playing a game of tag, but the fact is I could have.
If you aren't prepared to fall off a roof, then why climb on a roof?
Well, here's the thing, right? I don't need you to be my friend, but if we end up good, we're on the same page. But if we end up on the same side in another fight, I kind of need to know I can trust you, at least in that situation.
I feel like trust needs to be earned, and that is something that happens over time. We haven't had much of that. If you're still obsessed over a childish game, then my apologies for hurting your feelings.
It was less my feelings and more my behind that got hurt.
Well, don't declare in the game.
Do you think that you would apply the same logic in battle?
If winning battle, if that is what it takes to win battle, then I'm not afraid to use it to my advantage.
I mean, I'm kind of assuming we'd be on the same side in this battle, but I'm starting to think that's not necessarily the case.
If you wish to be on my side, fantastic. But, Dana, honestly, this is who I am. I will fight dirty sometimes. You do not have to like it. We do not have to be friends. But in battles, as far as sides go, you are either on my side, by my side, or in my fucking way. So learn quickly which one you are. And Ray's gonna power walk away.
With her hand in his, Raph like starts having to face him.
Rap's holding her hand the whole time.
Wait, right?
She mad though. She mad.
I forgot I was holding Rat's hand.
I definitely wouldn't have done this if Wrath was still holding her.
Okay,
Raph
I
was
wasn't so worried.
turning around, staring at Harvey the whole time.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I wasn't listening. I was looking somewhere else.
Howie's behind, like,
I'm just waving.
like we can all hear all of this. There's no other sounds here.
It's really loud. Xana will just be like, well, I tried. And she'll like turn and like join the others.
High five, Michelle.
Good job, guys. Now we're all on edge.
Adds to the ambiance.
Conflict. But not conflict between players, because we're all friends.
No, we love each
No,
other.
lots of love, all love.
But you did kick her off a roof. Cool. It very much does add to the vibes of this place, as an unsettling feeling drops onto the whole party. What's the kind of back group doing while the girlies are fighting?
Hi, Izzy.
Hi, Izzy.
Yay!
Did you join during that?
Yeah, and I didn't know what to say, so I just kind of listened.
Harvey is staying close to Alanis.
Yeah, we're in Shadowfell, by the way, Izzy. We've gone through the rift, and we're like an hour or so in, just walking through some fucked up woods. So yeah, what are other people doing?
I think maybe Toki will watch this happen and just be kind of trying to hang back, and then it's like, oh god, now I'm standing right next to Harvey and Alanis. And just turn to Harvey and say, like, if we're all having things out, just want to let you know, I'm not after your man.
Hell yeah!
Alanis will stop walking so that they're walking next to each other.
Hey, leapfrog.
It's fine if you want, if you want to do, he's not my man.
Well, he's definitely not mine, so
Okay, that's,
I think, yeah, I think
you might be right.
you might be. That's weird,
Okay.
right? Like, they're really close.
I think it's fine to be closer to your siblings. I don't think it's weird. I'm a bit more scared of Raid than weirded out by her. But
I don't think you
yeah.
need to be scared of her.
Oh, I am though. I think she's taller than me as well. But
Harvey also a short king.
Harvey's 5'5".
Oh.
That's how tall Toki is.
Yeah.
Aw.
Short
Wrath
kings
has
together.
a pipe.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, and I don't want to pry, you don't have to tell me anything, but the way that Wraith was talking when we first met, how is it that you and Wraith know each other? What happened?
Oh, what was Wraith saying? I didn't even know Wraith.
I think it just
Brother
brother lover.
I thought this was like sometime when I wasn't there, and I was like, what has she said about me?
Like, yeah, Wraith's talking shit about you,
Talking
Saki, and I need you to close the things up.
Would not surprise me. Yeah, we met while I was at university, and he was doing some research, and yeah, we maybe hooked up like a couple of times, but it wasn't serious, and it wasn't anything more than temporary. And I never expected to see him again, so
Well.
definitely he kind of saw me at my lowest point. Actually, I'm a little bit embarrassed that he's here now. But, you know, we move on. There's only one man in my life now, and charming as he is, it's not Wrath, so I hope you'll be very happy together.
Well, thank you for telling me. I hope things aren't gonna be weird for you. Are you going to be okay? Because you guys hooked up and we I didn't with here, so
Oh, you did
no.
it?
Mm-mm.
Well, that's something to look forward to.
Thank you. I'm not going to pry. I'll let it be a surprise.
Okay, well, I'm glad. I would hate for us to be weird. You seem very nice, and I
You
don't
also
want to
seem
stand.
very nice. I don't want it to be. I think now things might be a bit weird with Wrath and Wraith, but I think things between us will be fine.
Hey, okay, good. Good chat.
Good job. Thank you.
Fist bump. Walk away.
Cute.
That was something to look forward to.
April, you
It's such
alive?
a wild thing to say.
Why did I make a backstory this lesson? I'm like,
This is messier than I thought. I personally
You-
had no idea that Wrath and Toki had
Yeah.
hooked up.
I
had
know,
no
I never
idea
told you.
either.
I had no idea it was multiple times.
It was a couple of weeks, and then
Yeah.
he moved on.
Mm-hmm. I'm so sad for Toki now, though. At the time, I didn't know it was your saddest. Oh.
I mean, I think I told you.
Oh, I
You knew I was not. You knew it was a low point, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
I want to give Toki a hug, but that would send the wrong messaging right now.
Raph walks back and just leaps into Dockie's arm.
No. Raph in game is probably kind of skulking ahead because he's been here before.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, you said skulking ahead, but like Alanis, you said you'd fallen behind. Like, would you two end up like together and chatting for some reason? Just being the two members walking out on your own.
Yeah. Have you been here before?
Yes, but I've never stopped. The rule was we went through, because obviously you got to get to where you're going. But Shadowfell is not a nice place, so you keep going, you stick with the pack, and you don't have intimate emotional conversations, but it's fine.
Exactly. Yeah. If we hear snippets, I'm like, why the hell is this the place to have this conversation?
Yeah, you hear sort of like, you're either with me or you're in my way, and then you hear like, oh, that's something to look forward to, like coming from behind you.
I'm like, what? I just looked at you, I'm like, okay, let's keep going. I don't know what the fuck that. Do I hear that Wraith kicked someone off a roof?
Maybe. I mean, roll a perception check.
Perception. Oh, 16.
Yeah, you overhear. Like, you don't hear all the details of the conversation if you're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
actively listening,
Not
but yeah. You get
I'm
the
like, I'm
gist.
so proud of her. Oh, so good. I don't hear who though, so that wasn't like malintent. That was just.
Well, you sort of, to be fair, I think you would gather that it was Xana, because Xana's the one being like, "Why did you kick me off a roof?"
I then look sympathetically back to Xana, but then I'm so proud of her. Sorry it was you, but I'm so proud of her. Oh, where were you on your way to if you were stopping here? You don't have to.
Oh,
if you
everywhere.
don't want to. Oh,
We just kind
of. Look at
travel.
you.
Yeah, she will look back at Zana and try and make sure they're not listening. Be like, we just kind of travel through the rifts and go.
It's
where we
Zana,
want.
by the way.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, we just kind of go plane to plane, see what's happening, where's a good place to live, and hop about a lot.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe let's talk more about that in the place that isn't, seeping the soul out of us.
Yeah. Why were you here?
Well, sometimes take care of what dwells here. With
Well,
some
that's
other people.
ominous.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to being here for much time. On that note, can Raph be looking out for anything that dwells here?
Of course, yeah, of course. Roll me a perception check.
Can I help?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, you could either give April advantage or you can both roll.
We can both
Sure.
do it. We've been here.
Yeah, let's both do it.
Oh! Rack
Oh,
is
that's not good.
emotional. It's not worked enough.
Oh.
Nat 1. Rack
Oh.
is shaking. He's fucked up.
Oh, I only got a 9, which is
Oh,
the lowest I
no.
can get without a nat 1.
No, was it really? Not great, not great. So yeah, as much as you two are kind of being like, there's a time and a place for these conversations, the fact they're happening around you is very fucking distracting. And you continue walking on. You leave this sort of like dead, gnarled woods. And you can see they're not quite mountains, they're sort of maybe like 600 meters tall, like technically classified as a mountain, but really like a really big hill. Just again though, like made of kind of like the same slate sort of like stone that's around you everywhere. This you figure is where the pass through the mountains is, the one that will lead to Cecelia's tower. So two of you already looked around for things, so you don't see stuff. But it could be Wraith or it could be anybody. I don't mind who rolls it. If Wraith, you want to say we're looking for a cave system through the mountains. If you decide to just sort of take a look for yourself, then you roll survival. Otherwise, you can invite other people to roll as well.
If anyone else wants to roll, otherwise I'm happy to keep rolling.
Now you can, Grace can kind of
Yeah, go for it.
describe what you're sort of looking for. So yeah, it will be nature or survival or investigation then, if people want to chip in.
She'll keep going with survival, and she is looking for a cave system at the base of the mountains. It looks like. Natural 20.
Hey,
Nice one.
So other people could look if they want to, but Wraith have already succeeded. And so you don't even really have to look for it. You're just that good, mate. You see pretty much instantly as you're coming up, you're sort of looking around, taking a note of, I suppose, just the way the topography of the ground is going to change. Looking for sort of mini valleys almost, where the rest of the ground is going upwards. You're looking for like spaces in between the rocks to kind of search for a way through. And you eventually find them, like not eventually even, like within seconds, you're like, oh, that's it, that's the cave system. And it appears to be a sort of crack between the mountains that starts at sort of like, like 50 foot across or something, but then goes down very narrowly and begins to narrow into sort of like a 10-foot wide tunnel that goes into the heart of one of these mountains. You begin walking up there, and I'll say it's Alanis and Wrath at the top, and then it's Xana and Wraith, and then it's Harvey and Toki. And Alanis and Wrath, could you please roll me a perception check at disadvantage?
Couldn't be any worse than what I last rolled. Let's go. Oh, I rolled so well first. 10.
Oh, disadvantage.
Yes, please.
What are we rolling, sorry?
No, it's just Alanis and
Okay.
Wrath.
15.
15, cool. So you don't notice until it's almost too late. So you sort of walk head on, essentially, into what looks like a sort of bug feast. Up ahead of you, you see these two large, almost like horrible, like dark yellow coloured creatures that sort of resemble like a giant tooth, like centipede or something, but with sort of a hard exterior shell, like a roach or something. They have these like long tentacles coming off their face, and in place of eyes they just have these like dark grey slits that seem to just take in any light around them. And these seem to be some sort of native to this area, and they appear both to be eating something on the ground. They're sort of in between, they're in your way, essentially, these two things. And you have 6 seconds before they notice you as a party, because you sort of accidentally walked in on them eating like their prey, essentially, at the entrance to this tunnel that you need to get into with high walls surrounding it. So what are you doing in the like 6 seconds you have, both of you, until they notice the rest of you all?
We have to go through this tunnel?
You have to go through the tunnel to get to the tower, yeah.
Well, shit.
Have we all noticed them at this point?
No,
or
just
is it...
the front two.
Like, I'll signal to the rest of them behind that there's something up ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
We have
it's
to
like
go
action
through
bonus
it.
action movement that you've got, essentially. Like,
Yeah.
what would you sort of do?
Mhm.
I'll try and make the rest of everyone aware, so we're not surprised by it.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to go through the tunnel, so
Mhm.
I'm like, shrug, do we fight it? I don't think we have the stealth to just completely go through unseen. We could try.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Yeah, I'll show you the sort of
I'd
battle
prob-
map so you can get a sort of idea for like what it looks like. So like I've not put you on it yet because you might avoid it somehow. But if you can see, because I think I've moved you onto it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, yes.
So there's 2 of them. This here, sort of where I've pointed, in the bottom right-hand corner is like the entrance to the tunnel that you need to get through, and you're approaching sort of from just like anywhere, particularly on the left-hand side of the map, in this sort of open area coming out of this forest. And yeah, like I say, there's sort of like wide flat area that narrows, but there are like these slated sort of cliffs almost, but not as sheer as cliffs around it, around these 2 things, and they appear to be like eating like other bugs, smaller versions of themselves, really.
Yeah, I suppose I'll
I
start
think if we
stealthing
had
through.
the time, I would try and pull Wrath back to stop everyone else from going forward.
Okay.
Cool, so you like pull Wrath back. The other 4 of you trailing behind, you see the front 2 stop, you see Wrath kind of hold his hand up and almost like point ahead, and then sort of crouch down, going quiet and slow. And you all of you now see the kind of scene before you, these 2 large creatures that just appear to be sort of eating and aren't fully aware of you yet. But like as you do see them, you see one of them sort of looks up and sort of sniffs the air as if sort of like, wait, is something around here? So what are the rest of you doing? I think Wrath, you said, were you starting to sneak?
I'll wait to see what everyone else does. But I'm trying to be stealthy at this point.
Roll a stealth check for me then.
Can't wait to have that one. Almost was. It almost. 10.
10. Okay, cool.
How tall are these bits? Like, if they're kind of like slated steps, is it easy to like clamber up like a couple of levels and kind of like work our way round?
Yeah, that's yeah, you could so they're not like steps, sort of like, you know, going upstairs. But they're probably maybe like 5 foot between each of the levels. That you need to clamber up in some sort of way, but it's not impossible by any means. And in some cases there are like trees growing out of the slates and stuff, so even if you know, aren't the best at rock climbing, you could probably figure out a way around this.
Harvey will like gesture to like go maybe up and round.
And Wraith will gesture quietly.
Cool. Nice. Is Fab, is that what you're planning on doing then as a team? Is anyone else doing anything different? Or
I'm happy to follow
No.
that lead.
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I'll
Cool.
go over.
Awesome. So as you sort of decide to do this, I won't put you on the map, but we'll keep it there as a visual. You see one of them, Charlotte Church, if you can see her name, is the one that was sniffing the air. And as she does, she seems to catch a scent and whips around and looks at you, and you see she hisses basically and open her jaws wide, and you see these razor sharp fangs inside her mouth that extend wide and are almost double layered like a shark. Her tentacles around her face flare, but she stays where she is, and then she almost sort of moves part of her body over her prey, sort of defensively, and is aware of you, but in a sort of I won't move if you don't move sort of way.
I forgot what I harvested.
I think if she's getting defensive, if we can't, say, for argument's sake, we're in the middle, if we make a show of moving back and try and get
Yeah.
up this one.
Yeah.
Cool. That sounds good. Cool. Everyone roll me just a stealth check. You're not trying to be hidden, but you are trying to be cautious. So I've got Wrath's 10. Or Wrath, you can roll a new one because it's kind of a different situation.
Nat 20, let's fucking go.
Hey.
Go.
Ratty flies
Yeah, just-
quietly forward.
Oh,
Going
everyone's
well.
doing great.
Oh, who's gonna
I
fuck
thought
it up?
so well. I thought I did really great. I was like, oh,
You
17.
did do really great.
Yeah,
Good.
we all done really great.
Amazing. I'm just going to assume for argument's sake, Michelle also gets somewhere between 17 and 24.
Yeah, amazing.
So that's excellent. Yeah, as you sort of back away slowly, you don't, I was going to say sort of roll an animal handling check to sort of chill her out basically, but you make enough of sort of I don't know, pulsating, exactly, ease stepping back, that it kind of sets her at ease a bit, and her eyes follow you, and she's still sort of in that sort of defensive mode, but she's not hissing anymore, and the other one kind of seems aware, but is sort of looking up and doesn't look to be actively doing anything as you sort of crawl closer to her, because she's sort of a little bit round a bend, so it feels a bit safer with her food. So yeah, amazing. So you get over to, let's say over by these rocks down here by this tree, and this sort of around here. I'll put something on the map so we don't have to keep pointing. Let me just get something. I will just use this person. So yeah, if you try and sort of climb up here. It's sort of 5 foot to sort of hole yourselves up basically. So it's not difficult at all. But still, could everyone roll an athletics check just to see how you go? And the DC's 10. If you fail by if you get 6 to 10, you're fine. You still manage, but it's not graceful. If you fail by more than 5, then something bad might happen.
Can I?
Can I do acrobatics?
I'm gonna say.
If I flip, can I do acrobatics?
Okay, yeah, argue me your case for how you climb up this acrobatically, rather than using sort of strength. How you do trapeze artist your way up here? How do you do it?
Do it kind of running up, vaulting it.
Cute, like at the Olympics. Love it.
Yeah,
go
like at the
for it.
Olympics.
That's good enough for me.
Some ball
Yeah,
stuff.
go for it.
Can I use one of my rabbit hops to
Yeah.
just jump up there?
I love it.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
go for it. You just hop. Excellent.
Yeah,
Harvey's
otherwise I rolled a
fighting for his
2.
life.
Yeah.
Grace is not having a good time either.
How did so we've got Harvey with 8. Rafe with
Oh,
9.
Harvey and Ray.
Race's push me up.
we're
Alana's
gonna
is
learn.
We're rogues don't climb. Use the rope.
How did you do, April?
Can I fly up?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Oh, that's cheating.
I mean, I have wings! What am I meant to do?
He also definitely could have taken someone with him, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
chose
If
not
Raph's
to.
gonna
Well, I was
fly-
going to offer to get Wraith, but then Wraith had already rolled, so I was like, I don't want to mess
You
up.
can get me.
I will
start
get Wraith.
struggling. You pick me off the cliff face.
I see you just grab your hand and yank you up.
Thanks.
Were you saying something, Izzy?
I was gonna say, if Raph can fly, can I ask? I know we're trying to be quiet, but I would probably ask Wraith, like, why can't you do that if you're twins?
It's complicated. Shoot away with Wrath pulling me into the air.
Oh, amazing. So yeah, it's quite a funny visual of like you're like, okay, we've got quiet, go over, like tiptoe over, like backing away from Charlotte Church as she's hissing at you, and you get to this wall, and like Harvey, Wraith and Alanis, you're like, fuck, it's taller than I thought it was gonna be. I haven't got the body strength to like lift myself up. Alanis, you like run up and sort of like try to vault and like pull yourself up, but sort of like it's not slippy, but like it's not as like I don't know, like resilient as you think. It kind of like dusts away in your hand a little bit, and you manage to make it up, but in the process you kind of like kick Harvey in the face a little bit, where you're like scrabbling, where Harvey's sort of below you, not like an impact road, but like, I mean, contact is made, and you're like scrabbling, Harvey, sort of trying to get up, and you kind of look around to Wraith, and you're like, fuck, could you like maybe like give me a boost, like if you cup your hand, I'll like, you know, put my foot in your hand, and then like Wraith, I don't think you would do this, but you're like about to be like, absolutely not, and then your brother just drags you, and as you're sort of being dragged, Alanis is like on her back, sort of having flopped up there, and does the whole how come you can't do this as well, and then as you are pulled off into the air, and then Toki, you just go hop, and you're fine, and Alanis, you end up pulling Harvey up, and everyone's fine, and everyone makes it in the end, but there is some scrabbling, and it's not the quietest, stealthiest thing, so they are both watching you now, still not aggressive, but both defensive, like wary of you, and seem to be sort of weighing up the sort of threat that you are, I suppose. So where are you going next?
Next level up, just
Yeah,
to make sure we
next
got
one.
some more clearance.
I love it.
And then we can go right to the entrance on that level as well.
Yes. Excellent.
Yeah.
So yeah, going up here, you'll sort of be like 10 foot in the air. So just for fun, those that are, this is another 5 foot up. So just, it's a little bit taller actually. I'm gonna say this one's like a 10 foot sort of cliff to look at. So yeah, again, people that are flying or jumping, you're fine. But if you are climbing up, let me know. And then Michelle, hello. You've come across these two like things that are eating, and they've seen you and don't really want to be disturbed. So you're sort of sneaking around the edge and climbing up on the cliff to try and sort of evade them, because the cliff has sort of like steps or platforms that you're climbing up. So you've just got up a 5 foot one, and now you're faced with like a 10 foot one that you need to get up. So it's an athletics check to try and climb it, please.
Okie dokie.
Can I, because Alanis tried her acrobatics last time, can I try and mimic that this time and do an acrobatics? Try and get a running.
How are you doing it? This
I think
one's
he's
10 foot up now. It's quite.
That is true.
I'll give him a boost. You can get on my shoulders and I'll like.
Yeah, like cheerleading you up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to
Yeah.
do that, Harvey roll
And then
acrobatics with
because
advantage.
she helped me up the last one, so I can
Yeah.
help her up this one.
Nice,
I'll
yeah.
take
And
it,
then
so-
it'll still be athletics for you then, Izzy, unless you're doing it in like an acrobatic-y way. Happy for you to.
That was a
Biggest
21.
5 foot we've ever come across. We're like, I'll get on his shoulders. Sorry.
I don't know if there's a way to acrobatics your way up a sheer cliff face.
Yeah, but happy for you to do athletics with advantage, because Harvey's gonna try and pull you up. And actually, Harvey, could you roll? Actually, did you say you got 20?
Yeah,
Actually,
I got 21.
you're good. You're
So
absolutely
once I'm
fine.
up, I can reach over and yank
Excellent.
Alanis up.
That's fab, yeah, bro. So this one's DC 15, but if you get 10 or higher, you are up there. But if you get less than 10, something bad might happen.
Can
I got a
I
17.
Oh, that's good. Awesome. So you are both up top, and then the twins have flown up.
yeah, can I like lean over and try and help Sana and try and like lean my hand down and help pull her up?
Have you hopped up? Sorry. Have
Yeah,
you used another
yeah,
one
I
of the
hopped
things?
up.
Cool, awesome. Yes, cool. So Xana, it'd be athletics at advantage to try and get up here.
Okie. I will roll with my actual dice on my dice mat. Cute. I got 12.
Okay, so you do make it up. It's difficult, and as you kind of scrabble again, you kind of hope that as you get a little bit higher up, these things will get a little bit less cautious, and they are sort of, as you do go a little bit higher and it seems clear to them that you're not really going to really be trying anything, they're not too fussed. But then, Xana, the way that you kind of make it up there, you sort of have to kick a little bit, like Toki's got his hands out and he's helping pull you up, and then you sort of kick like the root of something away from the cliff, and sort of a plant sort of falls at the edge of the cliff and kind of lands near Courtney Cox. And this again gets her a little bit defensive and like hissing at you as a group. Charlotte Church doesn't seem to give a shit. So you guys are now up on the top layer, so you're 15 foot up now, and there's not really any more like platforms, so you can kind of walk straight from here along past towards the edge of the sort of cliff face, but the entrance to the tunnel is on ground level, so you just need to get down 15 foot now. So I imagine those that can fly will fly, but if you are attempting to climb down or just fall gracefully, this will be an athletics, or this one can be acrobatics. Please, just see how you go.
Is there any vegetation to help us? Or
Yeah,
rope would be a really good idea.
Anything, yeah. So as much as I'm like asking you to roll it, please do describe to me sort of how you do it. There is sort of some vegetation and a tree, and the rocks do protrude outwards, but if you've got a rope, I'd love that, if you use that.
Yeah, I think I never use my rope. I'm gonna use my rope.
Cute.
Yeah, I've got rope. Hempen.
Amazing. Awesome. So roll me a nature or a survival. Actually, no, it'd just be survival. Roll me a survival check. To see.
Nature would be so much better.
Or actually, it could, to be fair, actually, it could be flat decks. Basically to try and tie it around like a chunk of like something.
I'll take flat decks. I'm gonna tie you into that.
Can I help Harvey by giving advice?
I got a natural 20.
Never mind.
Amazing. So
thank you for the thought, Steph.
You successfully
not
secure some rope to a rock, like one of those protruding like rocks coming out of the ground, the pillars, and you've made like a belay line, basically, that everyone is able to use. So if you were doing athletics or acrobatics, you're able to do it with advantage thanks to Harvey's help. And yes, the DC for this one is 12. So yeah, if you get below an 8, then there's cause for concern.
Ooh.
Oh, I love this.
It's a pizza.
Yeah, exactly. How do you do, Xana?
Oh, sorry, I got distracted. I got 23.
Nice one, excellent. Cool, so you all make it down all right. Excellent. So you've made it past this encounter without it getting fighty. So very well done, everybody. You are now, I'll move you back to the little, whoops, that was a mistake. Delete that. Back to the shadow about. And yeah, you now are walking through this like dark cave system. There is sort of a tunnel, like technically, but it looks like there's kind of a lot of passages that sort of seem to sort of carve off from it. It's less sort of like a mountain pass that is a very obvious that you're going from A to B, and more just sort of following one of these paths will get you to where you need to be, but following a wrong one could potentially get you lost in these sort of like hilly mountains of this random island in the Shadowfell. So for this one, well, tell me really, how are you navigating your way through this as a party?
Red looks up. Can we see a tower in the distance?
No, you are underground.
We are underground. Fantastic. Whoops, missed that bit.
And so do we have to make our way through the tunnels to get out to where
Yes.
the... Okay.
Yeah, and then upon exiting, then you'll be right in the tower.
And there will be the tower, okay.
Yeah, you're about sort of like 3 hours in at the moment.
I guess we can, like, look at the map and try to, like, even if we're underground, we know vaguely which directions we're going in, so just trying to like follow the shape of the map.
Yeah, roll me a survival check if you want to sort of you're the one suggesting. So yeah, Xana, roll a survival check to see if you can sort of keep on
I
check.
thought we were explaining as a party. I don't think Xana has very good survival.
It's more to sort of like it's sort of like a skill check, really, like a skill challenge. So like you're underground and the map isn't super accurate, so it's more to sort of tell if you can sort of vaguely guess what way is still east. If you really don't want to, then like don't worry, we can.
I'll roll. It's fine. 18.
Nice. So
Nice.
yeah, you can sort of vaguely tell, like immediately you can sort of eliminate a bunch of different passages because you're like, that's absolutely not the right way. That's the way we came. So I'm just going to assume it's not that way. And then you're sort of like, with this as well, you're sort of like, if it was really complicated, Cecelia probably would have told us more information. The map is vague. And so yeah, you kind of start leading the party in like one particular direction, which is the right way. Through this cave system. So how else are you able to sort of, as a group, I'll say I want like 3 ways, like 3 roles of any skill to sort of, as like a sort of like subpar skill challenge, to sort of figure out your route through these caverns. So we've kind of done survival, but is there any other way that you guys would make sure you're on the right track?
I'm definitely the wrong person for this, but I mean, her tower is incredibly magical, so we should give it off any arcane pings that we can sense and follow.
That's cool. So yeah, you can roll if you want to, or yeah, like if you don't want to, you could pass it to someone else.
Well, my arcana's +3, but Harvey
Nice.
himself is not very magical, so let's hope.
Nice. I'll say DC for this one's 13.
13, solid. That is, what number is that? That's a 14, 17.
Hey, amazing. Yeah, you're right. As you kind of, this thought pops into your head, Xana's sort of using sort of just innate follow her nose ability of this way is the right way and you're walking that way, and as you kind of pass through, you figure you've got to sort of be walking through towns for about an hour, and it gets to sort of like 20 minutes and you're like, we maybe should be able to feel this incredibly magical tower by now. So in the same way that Toki did when he was sort of sensing the rift, you sort of stretch out your feelings and open your like magical mind, and you do get kind of like a blip. Like I don't think Harvey's ever like cast sort of detect magic or things like that, but
No.
maybe like reading
A lot of
about
studying
it.
with
Yeah,
zero
exactly. Like
results.
has read about people who have, and you get what you imagine is sort of the same experience of like a blip right on the edge of your like sort of consciousness, of just sort of intense magic coming from one particular direction. So when it comes to a point where Xana's sort of like, I've sort of followed it as far as I can guess, and then we're sort of, I don't know what it's the Ghostbusters thing. I was like, why is it playing this jaunty music?
I like jaunty.
Yeah, when Xana's sort of like, we followed it as far as we can, like the tunnels don't really seem to go in a particular direction, you're like, I think that way would be good, and it is. And so yeah, excellent work. Anyone else? One more kind of skill or anything you have on your character sheet that would help you find the right way through this?
I mean, Wraith, you could just do a general perception check to sort of guess, like, we're going uphill, we're going downhill. That sound, there's growling coming from that tunnel, let's not go that way.
That's cool. I like it. Yes, go for it.
Yeah. That is a 7, not a 1, so that's a 14.
Okay, nice, excellent. Yeah, like pretty much like you say, the growling, you're like, if it is that way, we'll double back. But let's try another way first. And yeah, sort of going at this a similar way that Xana did, but in a sort of different way, like using your surroundings to sort of like, not deduce, because that would more be investigation, but just understand really. You're like, we've sort of gone downhill a little bit, so I feel like we don't really want, like, knowing the amount of time you've got left, you're like, I think 10 minutes more and we'll be out of this, so I don't think we want to go down particularly anymore. But then one tunnel that you kind of go down to, you're like, it looks like it's really steep going upwards, and the way that like Cecelia described the tower, it wasn't like in the mountains, it was like at the other side of them. So you kind of find one that is sufficiently seems right to you, and yeah, from Xana's following her nose, Harvey's arcane beeps, and wraiths, like just understanding of the land, you eventually emerge into a sort of, I don't know, it's almost like a pathway that leads up to a small mound surrounded by more of these gnarled trees. And at the end of this pathway, on this mound, you see Cecilia's wizard tower. And you've made it. Yay! And her tower, it is, let me see if I can get it up on Roll20, because I drew a little picture. Yeah. So her tower, it looks quite simple, quite rustic, a little bit beat up. Here we go. Let me know if you can see that.
Yeah, got it.
Cool. So yeah, all you should be able to see, and I hope I've not done this wrong, but you should be able to see like the outline of the walls, and then the name of like ground floor, second floor, first floor, and then tower, and then purple. That's all you should be able to see. You should be able to see anything else.
Yeah.
Excellent. I did it right. So yeah, her tower looks like that. Like I've drawn it. It's sort of, generic 3 stories wizard tower. It's got sort of like a cheery red door and a cheery red roof that match her like home back near Pensueno. And it is just another sort of like explosion of colour that you see in this otherwise colourful-less world, or colourless world. There's sort of a little like sort of extension, I suppose, coming off one side of it that has like cracked windows, and you see the windows in the other parts of the tower are cracked as well. There's like cracks in the walls as well. Like this is made out of sort of just like a sort of just grey brick, but some of the bricks seem to be like falling apart, as if it's been under siege or barrage or something like that. And at the top there seem to be sort of 2 like flags that are just permanently sort of waving, and they seem to be enchanted because there's no wind around here, or kites rather, that are just sort of attached to the top of the tower, with sort of little like enchanted, sort of similar to dancing lights kind of glowing around the top of the tower, and on this like 2nd story balcony that you see. So you made it to Cecilia's tower.
Can I just refresh my memory?
Mm-hmm.
Did we agree to clear her tower for her? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Clear and secure.
Clear, secure, slumber party.
Yeah, slumber party.
That's the plan.
How could I forget that bit?
Awesome.
Well, I guess I'll try the front door.
Awesome. Cool. So you try the front door, and as you go up to it and push it, it just opens with kind of like a little creak, but does open all the same. And it looks a little bit like the door, now you're up closer, looks to be sort of damaged a little bit. Sort of the door's not whole falling off its hinges, but as you look and just see with sort of like the way that a rogue would see the world, you look at the lock and you look at the handle, and the lock looks broken, like something's barged its way in here. So let me change the music first, and then I'll put your...
Has anyone got anything like mending so that we can like secure that first, and then we can clear it, and then don't have to worry about anything getting it back in?
I don't.
The thought was there.
But I'm down to like
It was a good idea.
try
and have a fiddle, yeah.
Yeah. Love a fiddle.
Harvey and Zana are gonna try and
Let's
fiddle
do
with it.
Cute. Right, there's everybody. Make sure you're right.
Oh, we're so small.
I know, you're gonna have to zoom in a lot for this one.
Wow.
Oh, no.
The map's quite big the way that I drew it.
Big rooms.
Oh, my mouse isn't working. Stop it. My mouse is never fucking working. Okay, so you step in and you see the ground floor. And you enter into a sitting room. So Harvey, you've moved in first, and then if everyone else wants to sort of just bundle themselves, I mean, I'll just move people in, filing in. Cool. So you arrive into a really cozy sitting room, which just seems completely at odds with the rest of the fucking Shadowfell. It's this like cozy vibes. There's a really cushy sofa, a stack of books on the coffee table. There's a few doors leading off of it. There's a long sort of deep like plush red rug leading out the entrance hall to these sofas, and just bookshelves lining the walls. Stupid fucking mouse is being an arsehole. I'll put it on the Facebook chat, but I've got a little Pinterest board thing that I threw together because I got really excited about what a wizard's tower's living room might look like, and then I was like, it's gonna be really fucking cozy. So right, I'll just put it on the Facebook chat. Come on, mate.
Wraith will lean over to Wrath and be like, I mean, I'm not complaining.
There we are.
Who wants to snuggle down in the Shadowfell?
This is utterly bizarre.
And as you say that, actually, you notice that the windows appear to be enchanted. I didn't draw them because I couldn't figure out how. But there's windows off of this room to the exterior walls. And they appear to be enchanted, like they do not show the Shadowfell. They show, like, deep forests, like lush green trees and vines and ivy growing up the trees.
Xana will give a little whistle and be like, my kind of girl.
Cute. Cool. So you're sitting there, so that's what it
Dream
looks
Girl
like.
starts playing in the background.
Yeah.
What starts playing?
Dream Girl.
Cool.
I don't have the soundtrack today, by the way, because I
It's
didn't
not on.
want to disturb my
It's just
neighbours
me
too
saying.
much.
It was
That's
just me
right.
Oh, I
calling out
see.
for it.
That's cool. So what would you guys like to do? I will say, I spent ages drawing this back in January, and I had a fucking blast. So I've drawn little things into here, like those
It
bookshelves.
looks so good.
Cheers, mate. I learned how to draw rocks.
Hell yeah.
Love that.
So if you would
so
like
good,
to
Lauren.
walk up, thank you. If you want to walk up and examine and play with things, please do. If you want to search the bookcases, please do. I've had months. 6 months to think about what might possibly be in this wizard's tower. So yeah, go for it.
Love it.
Should we clear first, play later?
Do you want
I like
a roll at all for Harvey and Xana to fix the door?
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah. Do me I think straight dex check to see if you can figure this out, and either both of you can roll or one of you can give the other person advantage.
It's up to you. My dex is +4.
Xana will help.
Nice. I don't know what like
Okay.
tools you guys might be proficient in. If there's anything that might potentially help you there. If one of you took like
I got a
carpenter's
thieves tools, so I can try and do it backwards.
Fair. Cool. That's cool. Yeah. Roll dex with advantage.
What is that? That's a 16.
Nice.
Nice.
So yeah, you managed to kind of fix this. You're like, I think I need sort of proper tools to do this, like a hammer or something. But you do find like outside there's rocks on the ground, and you use that in lieu of a hammer, and you kind of nail back in some of the nails that are fixed to the wall and the door frame that seem to be sort of like the hinges seem to be a bit rusty, and you're familiar with locks, so you kind of get in there and have a look at the lock mechanism, how the handle works, and you see that where some force has maybe been applied to this, it's just sort of come apart. And I don't fucking know what the inside of a lock looks like, but maybe there's a cog in there or some sort of gear that makes things turn, and you sort of reconnect it and put it back together. And you sort of do that thing where like you fix the door and you're like, it closes and it opens and it closes and it opens. And yeah, you fix the front door.
Perfect.
Harvey, your local handyman. Let's go.
Cool. So where are you going next? Or what are you doing in the city room, I suppose?
I'm looking at the bookshelves.
I
I was
love
going
it.
to say, Tucky really wants to look at the books, but
I
is
love
scared
it.
of Wraith.
No, I
Great.
love
I'm
it.
doing it.
Walk over to the fur cupboard and
Cool.
look in the cupboard.
Cool. So I'll do Wraith first. You open this, and it's a bathroom. It's a toilet. I don't know what. I think there's a toilet and a sink. But since I have decided she has like enchanted this, so it's bigger than it looks, and she has like a sort of like jacuzzi bath in there, and sort of a really fancy like a bath with loads of taps and loads of bubbles and stuff, and like this big window that looks out over just like a sort of Mediterranean ocean vista. And as you enter this room, like I forgot to say, but candles will light as you enter the main room. And as you enter this one, Wraith, they'll kind of dim a little bit and go to sort of like purpley twinklish vibes. Those of you looking at the bookshelves, roll me an investigation check.
I got a nat 20.
Hey, amazing.
Hey.
Let's go. Got a 21.
21, not nat.
Cool, awesome. So, Brill, you find these shelves, and I'll say, like, you see on the coffee table as well, like, very much replicates this. It looks to be a mix of sort of paperbacks and like research papers. So I mean, this is just her living room. Like, sometimes she does work in here. You see sort of books on actually, everyone roll me, the three of you roll me a further arcana check to see if you can understand the type of like wizardry or magic that she's looking into. Otherwise they just look to be sort of like wizard spell books or notebooks or like research papers by other wizards. Cool. So Xana and Toki, you struggle to kind of understand exactly what these papers are really saying. They go over your head a little bit, but Wrath, you are a wizard as well. So you sort of look through this, and this seems to be like high level stuff. She said that she was looking into how like arcane laws of magic and just the laws of nature as like a sort of druidic focus can converge. And there definitely are sort of like books on druidic magic from sort of people studying it. There's sort of books, a lot of books on necromancy, and then a few books on chronomancy, which is the study of time.
Oh, I see. Okay. The necromancy and time, I'm like. The others, I'm like, these are druidic mythics, if any of you are interested.
The druidic ones, yeah, sort of look at very similar to like Santa Perdita sort of vibes. Like, moving on, I think she mentioned she did spend some time with the Circle of Spores, I think, or you're able to put this together by looking through her books, where it's talking about like, you know, like mushrooms, and like, you know, drawing power from the earth, but then the natural barrier that comes up against it. And in some of them you see that she's like annotated a little bit in red pen. The like in the margins and things, but for the rest of the checks, which Xana and Toki you find as well, you find a lot of like romances, like paperback romances. You find a huge series like called the sort of Enchanted series. Like, the first one's called Enchanted Hearts, and then Enchanted Lovers, and then Enchanted Musings, and then Enchanted Magic. And this seems to be in the mystical land of Eldora, two star-crossed lovers from rival magic factions must navigate a treacherous world of enchantments and dark forces to keep their forbidden love alive. They uncover ancient secrets and battle malevolent spirits, and as they do, their bond grows stronger, proving that love can conquer even the most powerful of spells. And it seems to like all be in this world, in the Enchanted Hearts series. You also find another one called Mystic Love, which is about a powerful sorceress and a skilled healer from opposing kingdoms that are drawn together by a prophecy, and their worlds collide in an explosion of magic and romance against political intrigue and a looming war. They find that their love will restore the land. So yeah, those are the two books. Examples of many books that you find.
Can Xana look for like books to do with healing magic?
Yeah, roll me a further investigation on top of your one that you've got. Is there anything specific you're looking for? Like, you might have already said this, but I might have forgotten, but sort of what's the interest around this?
So sorry, it was investigation, right?
Please, yeah.
Cool. So I got an 18. It was basically just looking for any books that might look like they have stuff about, like, oh sorry, my alarm's going off. Like a cure-all kind of like.
Oh, okay. So this is related to healing, like Sal, basically, like along those
Yeah.
lines.
Sorry, did I not say healing?
No, you did, but I just didn't know what the context was. If it was like cure wounds, gotcha.
Oh right,
But that's
yeah,
what
no,
your mission is.
It's for like, yeah, big heal.
Gotcha. Yeah. So what was your investigation?
18.
Yeah, okay, so with 18, you start looking for mentions of healing, and you find a lot about life and the point between life and death down here. And that's sort of like space that a person or a spirit or a soul might be in as they die and are no longer alive but haven't moved on to wherever it is souls go. Tied up in a lot of the necromancy books, and then a lot of the more druidic books. They're more like naturalistic in nature, and a bit more like wholesome and from the earth rather than like a wizard analysing the point between life and death. But they are also about like the Circle of Spores very much focus on natural processes of life and people dying. So you don't really have much luck finding anything that is like a big heal. It's more sort of like ideas of the necromancy stuff is more like bringing people back, and then sort of debates around the ethics of that, and how far a person should go. But you don't, find anything that would suit like what you're really looking for.
Okay, thanks.
No worries.
Are any of the necromancy or like chronomancy books spell books, or they're just about?
These
that
ones
field?
appear to be about,
Mhm.
yeah, like research textbooks sort of thing.
Mhm.
Alanis and Toki, you were helping with that, but Alanis and I guess Harvey, what do you do? Oh, Harvey's not here. Alanis, what do you do?
I was gonna have a look in this room, the big one.
Awesome. So yeah, you look in this one, and this is the kitchen. And yeah, this seems very like in the picture. There is a picture of a kitchen, and that is what I imagine it looking like enchanted, so that it is not a stone wall and ceiling. And you know there's something above it because you know the shape of the shower. But this appears to be sort of like a conservatory style kitchen, with like a big hearth, with a fire in it, and then sort of like a little pantry storage area, a long table, well not long, like a cozy table, with some stools and stuff inside of it.
Can I have a closer look in it and just kind of look around?
Yeah. Roll an investigation check.
Oh, 7.
Yeah, so this just sort of is, as you would maybe expect, just like a kitchen. You don't find anything like particularly exciting. Like you find her silverware, and you find some like food provisions. If you wanted to take it, you'd be able to get bread and cheese and shit like that, and pickles. But yeah, you don't find anything that's like particularly interesting.
Can I move on to the little one then? The little room?
Yep, sure.
Yes, by Harvey. I'll back Alanis up at this point.
Sure, cool. Awesome. So this one, you open the door, backing everyone, and you swing the door open, and it's a staircase that leads upwards.
Oh.
Which case, do you want to wander over here?
Yeah. I'll back Wraith this time.
Okay. Lost my notes.
Greenhouse.
Yes, I mean, yeah, so you kind of put together that this is the sort of like extension that was built. And yeah, she'd mentioned an extension, like when you spoke to her, you like asked her what the tower looked like. And she was like, I don't know, it's 3 stories and there's an extension. I don't know what else to tell you. And so you're like, yeah, maybe she's using it as a greenhouse, sure. But yes, for context, Eleanor, we've kind of examined the ground floor and we found some stairs upwards, and now we're going to open like to the extension sort of room.
Oh yeah.
And so you back each other up. You swing the door open to this room, and you see steel walls and bubbling test tubes, a table in the middle with notes on it, and bars along all one side of the wall. As you enter you are in a cold, kinda low-key horrific workroom. In the corner, there appears to be like chambers of bubbling water with like a hand floating in it, or like something that looks somehow like a brain. There's sort of a weird sort of object that's got like wires connecting it that's like spinning and fizzing. There's this huge work table in the room with scrolls and papers and parchment all over it. And then there's a cushy red armchair in the corner by a table. And then along one wall are 5 doors. Like, it is solid steel in here, the floors and the walls and everything, but there are 5 doors in a darker colour that sort of have bars on them.
Well, this is a slightly different vibe.
Should we come back to this one?
I want to see the papers
Yeah?
Me too.
on the table.
Cool.
Yeah.
Me too.
Nice. Do you guys want to move yourselves around?
Ah,
It's like,
cute.
I'm not going in.
Oh, on
Amazing.
the table. That's
Um,
Ugh.
Alanis and Wrath, as you start to look through these papers, there is a flash of blue light. And Alanis
shit.
and Wrath, roll me both a perception check quickly. Just to see what you see in these last seconds.
Oh, Xana went in.
Yeah, Xana's into
She did.
11.
11, cool.
23.
23, cool. So Wrath, you miss it, but Alanis, you see as you're looking at these papers, and you don't really like reach out. I mean, up to you if you do. But like before you even get the chance to, you see like on this paper that's covering this thick, dark desk, also just made of like steel. Beneath the papers, there's like etchings of something on like a rune, and you're like, what is that? Like a sigil that someone's drawn into this desk? And you sort of go to look at it, and that's when this flash happens, and you blink of bright blue light. Xana, you see it as you go in there. Harvey, Toki, and Wraith, you sort of see it a little bit. It comes almost streaming out, this bright, like, lightning strike. And suddenly, around you appear 4 dust mephits. And so could
I
everyone please
apologise.
roll an
These sucks
for
again.
me? Add people. To the 10, this is gonna be a no. No, I moved you all. Sorry, you might need to move yourselves back. Just trying to add everyone to the initiative, but it's counting the purple as people, and I don't want to add you to the turn order. Okay. No.
We didn't long rest between us and the swamps, did we?
No.
No.
Right, there we go. You can add yourself to the turn order now.
Oh, so bad. Raph is just imagining what Rafe would say to him right now, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get an earful when we leave this room."
Sadly, Rachel's going, something about my face today. I've lost all my natural charisma.
Oh no! What has changed?
I'm so
overnight?
wise, but people don't listen to me.
Okey-dokey. Toki's got the highest. And then Xana, what's your dex bonus? Or your number?
She's gone.
Oh,
She's
gone.
gone, yeah.
I'm just gonna do it that way around.
I think.
You're right.
Never mind. No, never mind. I thought it was on par with Toki, and I was like, no,
No, no,
Toki
no.
would win the dex, but it's not.
Yeah. Oh, there's 2 Harveys.
Ah,
And there's 2
that
Lamas as
double
well.
turn.
Oh, hold on, everyone's on here twice. Fuck's sake.
Oh, doesn't look like that way for us.
Oh,
No,
really?
Yeah.
it's fine for me.
It's,
Oh, that's
it's
weird.
just one person each for us.
Oh shit. I mean, Alanis, did you? Oh, it is. He's got that. Toki, did you get 11 or 22?
11.
Okay. And then Wraith, did you get 23 or 14?
Wraith got 14.
And
Right,
then-
did you say Alana's?
Yeah, did you get, for initiative, did you get 4 or 5?
5.
5. Okay, everyone's on a chance to check it out. Right. Wrath, did you get 13 or 11?
13.
And then Harvey. Alright, I deleted you, Harvey. Sorry, what did you get?
17.
Okay, cool, I deleted the right one. I think everyone's on who wants now. For me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who's on it twice? Oh, is that Michelle Storm?
She
She
rolled a
got
13.
yeah.
What was that, sorry?
13.
I'm here. Sorry, I'm just moving inside 'cause it's cold.
Oh, okay.
What's the question?
No, don't worry, it's cool. Other people have answered. Okay, so as you step close to this table and sort of basically touch it, and like touch and go near it, this sigil, this glyph goes off, and 4 dust mephits appear, but these ones appear different, like different to the ones that you saw before. The ones before sort of look like they do in the image, like this sort of like sandy almost colour, but these ones are the like dust of the shadowfell, like they are grey and this sort of slate colour. So first one to go is Dustin Brown. So he is going to do his breath. So within a 15-foot cone. If it'll.
Watch Wrath get stuck forever.
Mm-hmm. I'm screwed.
So he, I don't think, no matter how he moves, will be able to get. No, so he's gonna get Wrath and Alanis in that. So could both of you please make a dexterity saving throw, Wrath and Alanis, as it exhales a cone of dust at you, and you attempt to not be blind.
Come on, Wrath.
I
You
don't
can do
think
it.
I've made it. I don't think I've made
You
it.
can do it.
I made 13. I don't think I'm good enough.
Yeah, I got a 14.
You both make it actually, so you are both
Hey!
fine.
Hey!
Oh, I think I did the wrong one, but even so, he'll go for you too. But yes, so that is his go. He's not going to move. Harvey, it is your turn.
Hello. Right. Harvey is going to. How far away is he? He's going to squeeze into the room, if he may.
Yes, it'll
Is
be
it
5 foot extra movement to go through Xana, because she's like in the doorway.
That's fine. That's all my movement then. And I feel like he hasn't used his rapier in ages. He's going to whip out his rapier.
Cute.
So, what dice are we going to trust?
Can you see
In.
their names, by the way? Because I know I haven't done that before the last one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, lovely. What's that? A 19 to hit.
Yes, that hits just again.
Fab. I also get sneak attack damage because Alanis is right there. You'll have to see it.
You would have got advantage on the roll as well if you needed to roll with advantage to see if you get an at 20.
Ooh. I did not.
Because you're flanking.
Oh yeah.
Yes, of course. So my damage to start is 12, and then I will do my sneak attack. Where's my d6? 12 plus 2, 14 damage total.
Amazing! You completely take out this dust mephit in like one hit.
Excellent.
Fantastic work. Incredible. Anything else for you?
No, I've got no movement left.
Nice.
There's nowhere to hide, so I'm just gonna sit there.
Cool. It is Dustin Hoffman's go. He is Havington. Oh, I don't know what to do because I want to do the cone, but it never fucking works. I'm going to do the cone. Right. So with 15, it's going to move a bit closer to get Harvey in with as well. I think I can get you if I go through here. Oh, but won't get around. No, damn it. Okay, it's gonna get Alanis and Harvey in this. Oh, actually. Yeah. 15. Alanis and Harvey, could you please make a dex save for me?
Boys, we're trying, Lauren.
It's a 25 for me.
22.
That is fine. You absolutely succeed. I'll try and get you all back. Can. And yes, that's Dustin's go. It's not going to move any further. Wraith. Bloody hell, I'm looking at the word. Your go, please.
Wraith will also duck into the room.
Nice.
And she is going to do very similar to Harvey, but with her daggers. Dagger, dust
Cool.
brown.
At advantage.
Woo! So first dagger is a 16 to hit.
That one hits.
Excellent.
Excellent.
So that is with sneak attack. 9 points of damage.
Nice one.
And then she'll use her offhand dagger. Am I still at advantage because I'm flanking?
Yeah, yeah.
Natural 20.
Hey,
Let's go.
amazing.
Hey,
One-
let's
4
go.
points of damage though.
That's
4 points of damage.
good.
Yeah.
Good. We love it. As you say, the other campaign, damage is damage.
It is damage.
So, fucking moth trying to get in. Yeah, that's right. You run away. Sorry. Amazing. So Dustin Brown is not looking good. You almost like swipe him out of air, and at the moment he seems to be like he's lost all sort of shape. Just seems to be dust floating in the air as he's very down. Dusty Springfield is gonna go, and is just gonna go up and attack Wrath, and we'll do it at advantage because of flanking with his pal Dustin. So what is this? So that is a 15 to hit you, Wrath.
Hits.
Okay, cool. So that is 6 points of slashing damage. As Dusty Springfield comes up into melee with you and starts slashing with his claws.
Do we have these extra 2 HP because we fought in between our last rest, so I don't think we do.
I do. I think
If
everyone
you
but
didn't like lose
Everyone,
health,
but you're the one that got knocked.
yeah,
babe.
I think you're the only one that doesn't have it. You might just not have
Don't
adjusted
worry.
it on roll 20.
Yeah. Oh no, I was being stupid. I was like, why does everyone else have +2? I guess I was like, no, I got fucked up that time.
Cool. So you're on 15 minus 6.
6.
9.
Wonderful.
Perfect. Xana, it is your go. If you're there.
Just in time. Cool. So we've killed one, right? And then there's 3, and one of them looks really low.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Tell me if this like isn't allowed in battle, but I kind of want Xana to. She's gonna like try to like scare them into leaving.
Okay. Yeah, you can do
Is
that.
that
So
allowed?
yeah, that would be an intimidation check. So it would be a. How are you gonna? How would you do it?
I think she'll like. I think she'll use like prestidigitation to kind of like just like darken the air around them a little bit. And like her like flute will start playing with like the magic going through it, but it'll be like a darker shade of
Cool.
like the color of like deep scary ocean where you don't know what's down there
Ooh,
kind of
nice.
thing.
That's really cool.
Um,
that's spooky. I love it.
And yeah, and she'll just be like, if you know what's good for you, you'll leave before you join your friend there.
Ooh, excellent. Roll me at advantage an intimidation check because that was really cool, Michelle.
Thank you. I got a nat 20.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, now roll me an insight check.
Oh, okay. That doesn't have good insight.
Mm.
Got a 5.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Okay.
The insight check. I'm just gonna fucking say it because why not? It was more so that you know, Xana would know that she had done enough. Like she had done enough to scare any normal thing away. But these things seem focused in a way that doesn't seem natural to you. And they just seem focused on attacking. But like not for Xana's ego to be like I did a good job, but for enough for like an alarm bell maybe to go off and be like that fucking should have worked.
Is it an alarm bell as in like, oh, I guess this creature just can't be scared, or like this thing should have been scared. There's something going on here.
The second one, this thing should have been scared.
Okay.
That something's odd about these, because I mean, you fought dust mephits before.
Yeah.
Just like earlier today. And you're like, that they would have been scared. Like, they tried to flee. This should have worked, but for some reason, weirdly, it's not for these ones.
Okay. Zana will say that to the group. Like,
Nice.
she'll be like, guys, something's not right here. Like, they should have reacted to that. I think there's something else going on.
Nice.
And then, can she, like, try to see if she can tell, or is that, like, the end of the action? Right.
I'll say probably end of the action.
Yeah,
I'll give you the knowledge, but then I'll just say the insight check would maybe be like, what's going on here? But then it wasn't quite hard.
Yeah.
But you can try again later.
Valid.
Cool. Are you doing anything else? Any movement or anything? Your action. You have a bonus action, I'll say.
Okay.
Because the insight check I've asked you to do.
I'm just gonna back up a little bit,
Yeah.
I guess, and stand behind Javi here.
Cool.
Um, yeah.
Excellent. Cool. Wrath, it is your go then.
When you said these are like shadowfell dust mephits, would I be able to deduce that necrotic damage would not do much?
It would be your action, but roll me either insight or arcana.
I'll just
You'll
toll the
just
dead on
go
them to
for it.
try.
Nice.
I'll figure it out. Sorry, though.
Practical testing.
Yeah, the one to the right of me, I'll toll the dead on, so wisdom 15.
So is that Dusty Springfield?
Yeah.
Well, so is that a wisdom save from me?
Actually, no, I'll do the one that's almost down.
Dustin Brown.
The one
yeah?
to the left of me, actually,
Cool,
yeah, because
right.
then they get a flanking one.
Cool. I got a
Um,
20 on the roll, unfortunately.
Oh, sweet.
So
Okay.
unfortunately,
Well,
I'll.
never know.
Cool. Is that your go?
Yeah, that's all I can think.
Cool. Toki, it is your go.
Okay.
So 1 minute you're looking at the books, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, Toki's just reading this enemies to lovers romance. Right, no, I will
Thinking of times gone
come in
by.
here. Yeah. Don't know. To start with, I will bonus action harness divine power to give me a
Ooh.
spell slot back.
Nice one.
I'm scared to use it in case anyone goes down, so I'm gonna just keep that on the back burner.
Cool.
That's my bonus action. Yeah, I've got one slot left now. I guess as an action, can I try and, having heard Xana say that to the group, can I try and see what I think might be wrong with these creatures?
Yeah, sure. So it can be a nature or an arcana or like an insight check, whatever one you would prefer.
I will do Arcana.
Nice. So you have a lot of the
Ooh.
essence of these otherworldly beings.
That is a 25.
Incredible. So right away you enter this room, you're like, it fucking whiffs of conjuration magic in here. Like, these things have been summoned. They did not just appear here of their own accord. They've been summoned, and they've been summoned with a purpose. Like, you can't cast it yet, or I don't know if clerics can at all, but spells like summon demon, things like that, where you
Okay.
get to fight for you. Something very, very similar has been cast here. Actually, with 23, you would know this is actually like higher level than you can cast, but it's a spell. I forget the exact name of it, but it's something like conjure minor elementals. Was
Okay.
the spell. But from the Shadowfell, that's why they've got that kind of Shadowfell energy to them.
Do I get the sense that this is something Cecelia would have cast, or someone else?
I'll leave that up to you to deduce.
I will tell the group what I know.
Nice. Yeah, you can roll a further like investigation or insight check into that on your next go.
Yeah,
if you
no,
want
that's
to.
fair,
Or you
that's
can
fair.
just think about it.
I'll just think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is my go, I think.
Awesome. Alanis, it's your turn.
Can I try and scratch through the rune on the table?
Yeah, you can do. Roll me. I mean, you don't need to really roll me anything. Roll to like hit the table, I suppose. But also do me an Arcana check as well. Do the Arcana first.
Cool. Oh, Arcana first?
Yeah, and this doesn't cost anything. This is on me.
15.
Yeah, so Alanis isn't like, you know, the most knowledgeable in arcane spells and sigils and stuff, but this thing looks spent. Like, it looks like it has happened and now it has stopped, and you gather that doing anything to the sigil itself won't have any impact. Looks like it was a one-time thing and it's been used.
Okay. I don't know. I want to kill him with that. Oh. Can I move away at least? I know it'll be attack of opportunity, but
Yeah, of course you can.
I want to kind of stand behind this table.
Yes, Dustin Hoffman got a 22 to hit you.
Yeah, I'll do it.
So that is 3 points of slashing damage.
Oh.
And like as he looks at you, you just see like intense focus and anger in his eyes, just violence in his eyes as he reaches out and tries to kill you, basically, like slash you across the throat. And it's only by you moving back quickly that you avoid the harder impact.
Okay, I don't like it, but if they're going to attack us, I'm going to attack back. So, are they fiends, or are they just
No,
regular
they're
old?
not fiends. They're regular old elementals.
No,
Except
I
that's-
need a fiend one day.
Yeah, maybe
I'll do Hunter's Mark as... Oh, hang on, do I have spell slots left? I think I have one spell slot. I'll keep Hunter's Mark in case we have something
nice.
dangerous. So I'll just attack it, or just shoot it.
Go for it.
13 to hit?
That hits.
Oh. And 8 points of piercing damage.
Excellent. So, fantastic. So you shoot Dustin Hoffman. He looks very injured. Excellent stuff. Out of curiosity, the fiend thing, is that your favoured enemy, or is that what it's called?
It is my favourite enemy.
Cute. I love it.
Hey.
I'll let you know if you come up against any. Fab. So it's Justin Brown's turn. That's me. Sorry, I don't know why I waited to see what was going to happen then. So it's going to attack Wrath because it's flanked. So unfortunately, we'll get advantage. 8 and then 16. So that's better. So that's a non-natural 20 to hit you, Wrath,
That hits.
which is a 3 points of damage.
God, I'm going down, bro.
Mephits
Here we
have
go
not
again.
been kind to you. I'm like, how is this
Damn.
happening again?
Every time!
Amazing. Harvey, it is your go.
Harvey's gonna sidle up to Dustin Hoffman,
Cute.
and I'm gonna attack you with my rapier.
Go for it, mate.
Oh, it's a natural 20.
Ooh,
Like,
amazing.
I don't think I need it because he's already hit, but how exciting for me.
Cute.
So that is 2, 4, 8 points of damage.
Excellent. Fab, Dustin winks out of existence. In like a puff of, I forget to fucking do this. They explode, don't they? The bloody thing.
I didn't want to remind you.
I was also thinking the same thing.
Everybody, I wrote it in my notes. I write, they explode. I'm like,
I was like, maybe
because
because they're different, they just
No,
don't do
that's
it.
me forgetting. Why did I roll? I don't know why I rolled. Roll to remember. Could you please make a Constitution saving throw for me? One day
Absolutely.
I will remember that mephits explode upon death.
Oh, hell.
That's a 19.
You succeed, so it is fine as it explodes into a haze of like dust and powder. Anything else from you?
How far did I move? Not very far, 10 foot, so I can get another 15. I'm gonna budge up to here, just
Cool.
in case the need
Nice.
arises
nice.
for me to go for Dusty Springfield.
I love it. Yeah, you budge up against the tubes filled with parts of people in the corner. Looking to your
You
corner,
love
you
to
see
see it.
the water is like slightly greenish tinted with bubbles running through it, and it's just there's flesh, just floating bits of flesh in here, and a bit of a hand.
What in the Frankenstein is this lady up to?
That's the accurate description. So,
Cool.
Wraith, it is your go.
Wraith will offhand attack Dustin Brown. At advantage, because I'm still flanking?
Yeah.
Sweet. That is a 25 to hit
Yeah, that hits, man. You're probably
for
gonna kill
4
him.
points of damage.
Hey, that kills him. He's down.
Noise. And then I will move up past my brother to flank on the other side.
Excellent.
And I'm
Nice
going
start,
to attack again with my main dagger.
Cool. Bro, go for it.
With advantage, because I'm flanking?
Yes. Is this with your, like, offhand one? Sorry.
No, this is my regular one. I use my offhand one to attack.
Oh, can you do that?
first
Nice
time.
one. Legend. Yeah, sure. Go for it, mate.
I thought I could.
I have no idea.
I-
I'm literally just assuming.
I
you're
just like,
not
I got two
lying to me
daggers.
and
One
you
I
know
add to
what
my
you're
dex,
doing.
one I don't.
Yeah, sure.
I will Google it as soon
It
as
makes
I finish
sense that
my
you
turn.
could attack with your left hand before your right. Sure. I don't think. Cause is it your bonus action to attack with the?
Yeah.
Okay, because you can do them in any order you want. Yeah, that's fine. Cool.
Okay. Thank you.
That's one. That makes sense. That's smart. Brilliant.
Hey. So, second one is also a 25 to hit.
Yeah, man.
This one is with sneak attack. That is 5, 7, 8, 9 points of damage.
Oh no, he's not dead. So
Damn.
close. So close. Yeah, loses most of his corporeal form, but is just twisting in ethereal smoke in front of you. Are you doing anything else?
No, that'll be my turn.
That's your turn. Cool, it is Dusty Springfield's go, and I just stepped away, but I am still. He's gonna attack Wraith because you came up and attacked him. So he's just gonna launch out with his claws, and it's not an advantage. And that's a 13 to hit.
Misses.
Okay, that misses. I was gonna stay with you. Susanna, your go.
Okie dokie. Who have we got left? Just this dude. Xana will try again to wait. What did Toki figure out? Just that
Yeah, did
somebody's
you
talking about?
shared with the group, didn't you? Yeah.
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to say what you shared? Speak for
That these creatures had been summoned as kind of like a conjure minor elemental spell or something.
I'll try to figure out like the source of the summoning, if possible. Like,
I'll say
just
that
sent.
you kind of already
Oh,
know that's
sorry.
the table, just through what like Izzy's like looked at and what's sort of been said. That there was a sigil on the table that was set off, which was like the source of the summoning.
Got you. Can I try and scratch out the sigil?
Izzy already. That was Izzy's go.
Sorry, I fully blanked out at that point.
Yeah. So Izzy figured that wouldn't, or Alanis figured that wouldn't work.
Wouldn't work.
It was like a one-time thing that's been spent.
Can I try and sense like from the feel of the magic, like who, like if we know who did the summoning?
Yeah, roll an arcana check for me. Or an insight, I suppose. It could be either.
Oh, can I do insight?
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty rubbish. 7.
Yeah, it's hard for you to grasp.
Okay.
you can't really sort of get enough of like a magical fingerprint ID, I suppose. But looking for sort of methods used for this summoning is unfamiliar to you. You can't quite pin it down that way, unfortunately.
Okay, no worries. I will move like over here, I guess. And Zana will like put her hand up to like give inspiration. Like look towards Wraith and then look away and give it to Toki.
Love it, amazing, fucking excellent.
Thanks, girl.
I love it so much. Excellent. Amazing. So Toki, no, Wrath, sorry, it is your go.
I toll the dead on Dusty Springfield, so wisdom 15.
Perfect. That is a 16, unfortunately.
Ah, yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Man.
It's alright. I just get fucked up. That's alright.
No.
I just, after Wraith has attacked Dusty Springfield, I'm like, yeah, get got, let's go. How are you like being flanked?
I just lift my dagger like, use your knife!
Oh yeah! Shit. Okay, and I get my knife out for the next turn.
I love it, I love it. You could probably do the offhand thingy as well, right? Like, how does that work?
I
That's just
think
a
you
bonus
have
action,
to use
yeah?
you have to do a melee attack to start
First.
with, and
Okay,
do another
cool.
one with your offhand.
Thank you. I should fucking just Google the rules for this.
It's fine, don't worry.
I just start air stabbing at this Dusty
You're like,
Springfield.
okay,
I'm like,
okay.
it's coming! It's coming!
I love it, I love it. Toki, it is your go.
Okay. Toki's gonna. Can I stand on the table? Can
Yeah.
I stand over here?
Yeah, I love it, man.
I will come over
jump
here.
up onto that table. I love it.
And I will-
You like scatter papers everywhere. Like you kick rolls of parchments and like unlit candles all over the floor. And this sigil becomes a lot more obvious now.
Yeah, and I will hit Dusty Springfield with my sword.
Fuck yeah, I love it. I love it.
That is a 25 to hit.
That hits, man. Yeah.
And that is, oh dear, that's just one. Is that? That is 6 points of piercing.
He is down. You only had 1 hit point left.
Hey.
So as you jump up onto this table, scattering parchments and rolls of things and pages torn out of books, you swipe down and you. Oh, Marvel. No. Stop it. This desk. I am not in my usual habitat, and it is showing. You destroy the last of these mephits, and you are left silent now in this spooky fucking room. Big Frankenstein energy. Just, I mean, like I said, like stainless steel wall to ceiling. Floor to ceiling, sorry, with these 5 cell doors that are now behind Wrath and Wraith, with like one of those little viewing hatches that you get. They're made out of like a dark metal, and then they have like, I said bars, but I was wrong. They have like a little viewing hatch that you get in prison doors that are currently closed. And yeah, left in this room with the work table, the spooky instruments over by Harvey, and the research sort of looks like a sort of researchy observation. There's a big chair, there's a table with notes on it that Alanis is by.
These pieces of someone in this green goo or whatever, can I tell kind of like what race
Yeah, mate, go
these
for
pieces
it. Roll me
might
an
be from?
There's a moth. Sorry, roll me an investigation.
You're far too excited about me mentioning that I want to figure out the race.
It's because I know.
Right, to the whole party, and she's like, I believe the phrase I'm looking for, and I told you so.
It's an 18.
Love
Zana
it.
rolls her eyes.
Love it.
Do
love
not
it.
say tiefling.
Rolling
Do
your
not
eyes,
say
might find a brain
tiefling.
back there.
Yes, we get it. You're so much better than the rest of.
What does flying at all?
Can't find
Honestly, read the room, Dana.
Well, we were going to have to come in here at some point, so we might as well get it out of the way.
You...
I think if we're going to be in such a creepy place, we should all be friends.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what the
I think
fuck
maybe
is
we should.
happening?
We should leave the infighting until we're back on our plane.
What has happened here? I don't know.
You're right. I want to know what pieces she's been cooking up in here.
Does
I'm
anyone
working
want
on
a
it.
hug right now? Like, what the fuck is happening?
Yes.
Okay.
Looking at the pieces, they don't look to be tiefling. You can tell by the hand it was a human hand. And you rolled quite well, right? You got something. good.
18.
Yeah, so you can tell that the hand looks to be like a female hand, just by the shape of it. And then some of the like pieces of flesh you can't tell, but there's ears that looked like they would belong to like an elf, just from the pointedness of them that are just floating in another little one of these weird tubes.
Cecilia's a tiefling, right?
She is.
Mm.
So
Don't trust teeth.
I'm no expert on biology, but this doesn't look like her brother.
No, but it's someone multiple. It is the someone. I don't want to end up pieces for this lady.
Me neither. I can't
think
believe
you
I
could-
flirted with her. Girl of my nightmares, more like.
Why would a saint send us to her though?
It doesn't.
To
A
deal
lot
with
is
the
adding
issue
up.
before she gets more
Maybe
crazy.
we're meant to stop her. Yeah.
Is there a sigil on the table that I'm next to, Benny? Can I have a look?
Roll. Sorry,
Or is it just a regular table?
arguing with my mouse. Sorry. Roll an investigation check for me and Wraith as well if you are investigating the table.
Left.
Can I help Ray?
Yes, you can.
Oh.
So you can either both roll or one of you with advantage.
I have +7. Do you want
Let's
to both roll? Yeah.
Both roll. Yours will be much better than mine.
How did
What
you
do we
feel,
roll on that one?
Alanis?
I got a 12.
12. Okay, cool. So this seems to be set up. Like this cushy chair is pointed towards these cells on the other side of the room, almost like an observation table. Like someone's sitting here watching what people are up to, or what something is up to. You don't see any sigils, you don't see anything like that. You do find a notebook on the table next to it, which has some papers in it, if you would like to see them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, I don't now. I don't know you got that.
Afraid of you,
Don't worry,
Lauren.
no.
No, sorry. Right, okay. So it's the observation table. I've got to do this in secret. It is this one. Are you going to share this with everybody, or do I need to limit it so that only Alanis can see it?
No, everyone. I'll tell everyone.
Okay, cool. Right, you find this one, and you also find this.
Did you draw that, Lauren?
I fucking did.
Amazing!
Oh my
That's
god.
ridiculous.
It's very cool.
Oh my god.
Fucking appreciate it. So you find those two papers. If you click on them, they'll be bigger. And then if you do like open image in a new tab, you can zoom in on it. If you want me to read it, I can.
Fucking yeah.
Could you do a dramatic reading, please?
I can do, yeah. So I shared them in the wrong order. So it is the one without a picture first. So it's 2 pages out of a notebook that you see. So the first one, of course, the music actually, I'm going to get distracted. So the first one. So it begins. Timings with intra Anco engine brought to the brink of death and stabilized. Passed through Scuse 01 had no effect, save a discoloration of the iris. And it says 28/6 brackets later. Soundproofing of workshop seems to have failed. Woken up by guppies screaming apparent nonsense at first, but later revealed to be due to the new ability to sense the presence of shadow spawn. Eyes bright yellow. 29/6 brought to the brink of death again, but unable to revive. Corpse preserved for future testing. 30/6 passed corpse through Scuso 1 while intra Anco engine active, surge of blue light but no response. And then in a sort of new heading, subject 03 Ginger. Subject is male human, approximately 25 years old, 6'1". Short red hair, travelling alone, will referred to as Ginger. 29/8, worked in reverse. Instead of reviving Ginger while passing through Scuso 1, when intra and co-engine active, brought to the brink of death. Similar flash of blue light as observed with Guppy, which, and then that is the end of that page. But then the next one continues, surrounded Ginger for a short time. 30/8, minor success, exclamation point. Able to fully bring Ginger to death, pass through, then revive, with soul returning to body. 30/8, brackets later. Checking on Ginger has revealed adverse effects of above process. His mind seems to have been fractured, which is of no use to me. Seems to be experiencing physical transformations. Interesting. 31/8. Ginger has undergone full transformation. Appears process resulted in him turning into a Nothic. Not ideal. Has no awareness of human self and as former self, and appears to have gained arcane telepathic knowledge. Very annoying. Will be ignoring until subject expires. Need much hardier subjects in the future. Maybe those with existing arcane potential, so as not to break the soul when exposed to rift energy. And then there are the little pictures at the bottom.
Would we say anyone here has existing arcane potential?
Yes. I
Mhm.
point at my brother.
Is arcane just magic?
Yeah, arcane is like...
So
anything.
anyone who can do magic,
Spells,
basically. So like half the party.
Yes. Yeah. If anyone would like to look at these pages further to try and understand some of the symbols, you can do an arcana check if anyone would like to.
I'll do it.
Go for it.
Fuck! I'm rolling like why? Oh, 12. Rolled a 5.
Sorry, was that 12 total?
I got
12 total, yeah.
That's alright actually. Because you are already a wizard, that's enough for you. You notice that symbol underneath where it says rift energy, it looks like the symbol for transmutation has been scribbled. But looking at the graphs and equations, you cannot decipher those. That's like nothing you've ever really seen before. Looks to be way out of your league.
If I cast detect magic, would it help?
Not in this situation. Like, you can cast it still for sure to see if you get blips of other magic elsewhere, but you gather this is just a normal notebook that she's written in black ink.
Can I like copy the things into like my own notebook so
Yeah,
I
of course
could
you can.
like think about it in the future?
Yeah, mate, absolutely you can. Cool. I know, Wraith, you were looking at the other tables, but is anyone else doing anything on this before we like move on? I don't want to interrupt anyone.
I think Xana's next thing is just to look in the little cells, so
That's
I'll let
cool.
anyone
We'll
who
do
wants
that
to
in a sec.
before that.
Cool.
Yeah, I was gonna look in the cells.
I'll be with my
Yeah.
sister.
Is Intra Oriacus?
Mhm.
What month is that in?
One of the yields.
Would it be 6? Would I think that these were just because she says the intra something engine? Would I think that these
Roll
are
me,
connected?
an intelligence check, and then I will look that up for you.
The autumn equinox is in Yule.
Yes. Fuck me, what day is? I think that is month 6. It is 6 or 7.
Is it just straight intelligence?
Yeah,
did you
straight
say?
intelligence.
That's a 12.
That's fine. So let me get this up. Move over.
Yule is 6, yeah.
Thank you. I just, but if that's the one with Intra-Oriacos in it. Intra-Oriacos. Intra-Oriacos is, month 6. I should have known that, but yes. So with the intelligence check, you obviously recognise the word intra. You've connected month 6 with the holiday of Intra-Oriacos. That's separate. But looking at this, it's like more of a linguistic thing.
Okay.
It doesn't look like, for any other reason than maybe they come from the same base word. And with your check, you don't quite know what that base word is. But it looks like they share a root language, like Latin sort of thing. Like, you know,
Okay.
paraglider and Paralympian both have the root of para, but it doesn't mean that they're connected. But they're similar in some way. But yeah, with the roll, you're not quite sure what that word, like intra or Oriacos, or I can't remember what the other one was that was before engine. Blah 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 blah. too many notes. But yeah, Anko. You're not quite sure what that means.
Okay. But I basically don't think that her fucking around with this thing caused the ghost to start appearing on Interior.
I don't know.
Okay.
You can roll if you want, or you can think about it.
No, it's fine. Okay, that's me.
So, right, Rafe, you had searched the papers. What did you get? I heard you say 20 something, I think.
No, it was
Oh.
a 7.
So you are searching through the papers, and it is just a mess here. Like, from the battle, things have got thrown around the room. You unfortunately do not find any of particular interest to you. They just look like a bunch of handwritten papers, some with
That's
pictures
fine.
on them, but you're like, I can't begin to categorize this into what's useful and what's not.
Oh, I rolled a 13 on
Yeah,
that.
Raph
So
was
I
also-
was
But
helping at the time.
you do beat the check, and
Pass the interesting ones along.
you find a couple more. I'll kill you, mouse,
Oh, damn. Okay.
Mouse or moth?
mouse. Papers. Let me just hide roll.
Thought you were just threatening us there. I was
No,
like,
I'm not.
fucking
Apologies,
hell.
that did sound
Got
threatening.
dark. She's arrived.
Pictures. This one. Nope, not that one. Is this one? Yes.
I'm slightly nervous we got lured here. I'm not gonna lie.
You see
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, we 100% did.
Again, same things. If you want me to read it, I am happy to.
Yeah, if you don't mind. I can make out most words.
Yeah, no, of
but
course, and
I'm
If
not
you're
good at
tired
it.
of reading, I'm
I've
also
done-
happy to read.
No,
but
I enjoy doing it. I have
Nice.
no one to
I
fucking
enjoy.
to talk about.
I enjoy
so
your
I'm happy to
dramatic
talk
reading.
about it now. So you see
Oh, no.
on one page a bunch of text. It says the dream changes and you're now standing in the middle of Pennsylvania's market stall. The stalls are, and then it says dead and silent or something, closed and silent, but it's been scratched out to say empty save one. And then you walk over to. I can't read this. Hold on a second. Open a new. Zoom in. There we go. You walk over to it and you see an assortment of objects for sale, but a figurine lighthouse draws your attention. Picking it up, you notice the lamp at the top is genuine, rotating slowly, casting a purple beam. The beam gets, and then intro, like someone's inserted text here in red pen, wider and then carries on, brighter, blinding you as you look into it. You try to blink away the blinding, but blinding has been scratched out in red red ink, purple light obscuring your vision. But all you're able to see are a series of overlapping triangles burnt into your eyelids scratched out and replaced with retina. The lights finally fade, but when your eyes open, you can't see the market anymore. In fact, you can't see where you even are, and then that's been scratched out to say where you are at all. You blink, trying to refocus, but images flash in your mind. You see a map of Pensueno with a compass pointing to the east, a dirt trail through the marsh, and a small hut scratched out replaced with cabin with a red door. The door opens and you're pushed, and that's changed to pulled inside, revealing a tiefling in her mid is scratched out and then replaced with late, and then another annotation says be real, in her late 30s, sitting at her desk, scattered with herbs, parchments and crystals. And then there's a little annotation that says hi exclamation mark. She has lilac skin, extremely pale pink hair and deep burgundy horns that curl away from her head. You notice she is crying, tears, and then it ends, and above crying there's a sad face that's been drawn. And then there are loads of doodles all around this. There's a tea stain on it, looks like it's kind of been disregarded, but you also see another page with a bunch more symbols on it as well.
Oh, shit.
Hell yeah.
How is this bitch doodling flowers on her murder experiment summoning for?
In the top right hand corner, she started a shopping list.
No, what? Milk and
Oh my
cheese.
God,
Eggs, milk and cheese. But
What
what
has she written next to the little tower on the right? She's drawn like her tower.
Mm-hmm.
Has she written something next to it?
No, it's just I think.
There's a lighthouse. That's the lighthouse I think that you're looking at. This
Oh, okay.
like a red shining light.
Do we
Wait, no, sorry, I don't mean that. I mean, next to you blink trying to.
I think it says top.
Hold on, I closed it down.
It's like one of the red drawings in the margin on the right, on the left sheet of paper, but on the right side of the left sheet of paper.
You blink.
Oh, it's her tower.
Yeah, I think it says top.
Does it just say top?
Sorry, how far down the page is this? Sorry, I can't see it.
Like
Halfway.
halfway.
Oh yeah, I can't fucking see what that says. I think I'll just throw in random shit. Top.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a clue.
I was just doodling.
No, I
just
love
says
it.
top.
Do we recognise the language that some of the notes are written in on the right hand side?
My mouse. I could tell you, but it won't scroll up. I'm actually gonna fucking kill someone.
Just say yes.
So
Just say yes.
We're all so smart. We all know so
I
many
know
languages.
the answer. I know the answer is no, but I need you to roll for it. But I don't know what. Okay. Are you gonna play ball? Because I've replaced your battery so many fucking times. It's every other D&D session. Okay. Thank you. Right. The images. The writing on the other side. No, you don't know. They're not like a language. It appears to be runes, and they look to be like arcane. So it's not a type of language. But if someone would like to decipher them, there's actually completely scrap that. But it's along those lines. It's an intelligence check, please.
All you, brother. I'll help him.
Okay.
I'll like pat him on the back.
I'm getting physical
It's
dice because
a
my
D-
D&D Beyond dice have been shot.
It's a DC 15.
Yeah, I'm getting rolled dice 1 second.
Let me just, and then and then there is a further, if you would like to, opportunity for you to roll an arcana check, anybody, to try and understand the symbols and the red runes. This is to understand the like text in black.
I'll give it a
Sorry,
go.
Arcana and Intelligence.
Yes, if you'd like to, but put in the chat, because I'm looking at a lot of information. I could feel myself getting overwhelmed. What it is you're looking at and what you're rolling it for, so I can sort of just.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
What was the dirty 24? Sorry, Alanis.
The writing.
The
The arcana.
In the arcana one. Okay, brilliant, awesome. Cool. That's another success on the arcana.
Arcana plus.
Let me grab my tablet.
What's 18 plus 7? I can't remember.
I don't know, but it's good. Okay. Brilliant. Okay, cool. So everyone that rolled did really well. So you learn all the information available. So what time is it? We've got 2 minutes left. DM notes. You are looking at the tea-stained page. Right, okay. So I'm just going to tell you what all of it is, and you sort of managed to decipher stuff. I'll fucking murder you. Sorry. So, okay. No, so starting with the intelligence check, the writing in black, sort of underneath all those triangles, if you can tell what I mean, cool. That wrath, by looking at that, you determine that that is a cipher, and you manage to break it with your intelligence check, and you're able to read this. And it says, by combining a mix of dream, bane, and modify memory, this is possible.
Fucking hell.
By combining a mix of dream, bane, and modify memory.
Modify memory.
I've got it, so I could paste it into the chat actually. And then the arcana checks that everyone succeeded. So, first of all, you recognize that the necromancy symbol has been doodled in red on the page with the tea stain on it, and like the rune for bane when it's cast is on the symbol page, which is the cross that's got a strike through it on the right hand page. That is the like magical symbol for the spell bane. You then recognize the symbol for dream, which is at the top of the it's like the the one for dream is the like eye with the squiggles in it, the spiral in it. And you also able to translate the red text. So the red text reads going from left, the one like top left, that one says memory, and then the one next to it says dream, and then the one below it says shield, and the one right down at the bottom also says bane, and sort of seems to be like annotating the symbols that have been drawn here. And then by everyone doing great on their like arcana checks, you understand, looking at this and the way it's drawn out, even if you can't cast magic, this you think is how you would go about it. This is someone, a wizard, trying to create a new spell by manipulating and combining several other spells together, dream, bane, modify memory, and shield, in order to achieve their ends. You know from looking at this, from what Wrath has deciphered, you know it seems that the spell dream is not powerful enough to do whatever they want it to do. And this is a way to like circumvent something and try and make sure something works in a way that they would like. So that is what you've learned. I know we're going to end, but just quickly before we move on and finish, you turn to the cells in the back of the room, and whoever was looking at them, just roll me an investigation check and just put it in the chat. Awesome. Excellent. So that is enough to figure out how these doors work. And the way these doors work, they're enchanted. So the first thing you usually try and see into these is open up that little porthole that lets you see into the cells. As you do, an enchantment triggers, which turns the whole cell door translucent, and you can see through it. 4 of them are empty. The middle one is not. And these very much look like someone was held prisoner here. The middle one contains a creature that has one large eye in the middle of its face, hunched over on all fours, and very much resembles the image that was in the observation notebooks. And it looks out at you, and it just grins. And that is where we will leave it for this.
Yay!
Oh,
Yeah.
No.
Damn, Lauren.
This is not the
Shit.
slumber party I was promised,
spooky.
Lauren.
I was like,
I did not
the
promise.
worst thing I'm
I
gonna have to
did.
do is to come up with 2 truths, 1 lie.
Yeah.
And
I'd
instead...
take corporate icebreakers over this any day.
I did not promise a slumber party. I did not come up with 2 truths and a lie. That was all the players. I knew there was never going to be a slumber party.
Why?
Well, that's
James
good,
the
because I
Shadowfell.
couldn't think of 2
Motherfucker.
truths and 1 lie anyway.
I made up 2 books for my truths and lies.
I have
It'll
a list.
still
I have
come
a
up.
list.
It'll still come up, I'm sure. But yeah, that is what you have
Oh my
found.
goodness.
It's good character building.
And there's more to do and more to look at and more to chat about in this room, but I don't want to start anything that's too new when it is 10 o'clock.
Fair.
But yeah, you're left in this creepy fucking room with this creepy fucking thing locked in a cell that's looking at you and smiling.
Ooh,
Well,
I'm
so
gonna
long as
sleep
it's in
well
there.
tonight. I have written down in my quotes, I think it was Eleanor, saying,
God,
what
for
in
the-
Frankenstein is this lady up to?
Love that.
What are your thoughts? What's going on? What's
Mate,
going
I
on?
fucking love the vibe.
I love
Like,
the vibe. I hate
like,
the vibe, but I love
it's-
the vibe.
I was
Yeah,
laughing
yeah,
to
yeah.
myself alone in
It's
my
a love
flat,
hate. It's a love hate.
making that Pinterest thing of like, oh, it's so cute and cozy. And then I wrote, like, in my notes, I wrote, horrific lab experiment setting with cushy chair in the corner, funny and it makes me laugh. Because I was like, the change in vibes
Love
is
it.
hilarious to me. And I was just laughing, and I've not been able to talk to anyone. It's been fucking killing me because I've drawn all these little things.
It's giving such, like, just, like, adventure mystery vibes. I love it.
Nice.
And, like,
This is immaculate.
I love that, like, you drew us in with the coziness, too,
Yeah,
because, like, it,
I
the
was so
coziness
happy
was, like,
you
it
opened this
didn't
door
feel...
last. You were like, I'm gonna look at the
Sorry?
kitchen. I was so happy you opened this door last. You were like, I'm looking
Yeah.
at the kitchen, look at the bathroom. I was like, don't open that one. Sorry, I interrupted you.
It's no, I was just gonna say it's the fact that like it didn't feel like surface level cozy. it felt fleshed out. So like I was like, oh, she's a cozy girl with a cozy house.
She is.
And then she fucking wasn't.
She is. She likes cozy shit. But she
Yeah.
also likes this. She's a woman of
Cozy
many talents.
places to do her tortures.
And we've all just walked straight into her trap.
Oh yeah.
At least we
Well-
told my cousins where we went.
Yeah.
Yes, true.
Well, did we or did we tell her to tell your cousin?
No,
No,
you
we
didn't.
told
No, we
No,
went
we
there.
went to
We
see
went there.
them.
His
Oh,
cousin.
true.
And we're like, we're gonna go see Cecelia.
And they're like,
Thank
"Oh,
God."
Cecilia's lovely. A bit quiet though.
Yeah, they were like,
"She's nice."
Cecelia, she's nice.
Yeah, she's
cute.
great.
She's lovely.
She's never given us a Frankenstein vibe.
I mean, the Shadowfell was a warning sign. Like,
There were a few warning signs that
I just thought she
threw
made
in there.
bad
Like, Harvey,
academic
she knew
choices.
your name before you gave it. Like at one point, I was like, "Oh, Harvey," and you like just didn't. You were like, "Yep, sure." You
Oh
hadn't
shit!
introduced
Fuck!
yourself
No! Oh
yet.
my god!
Oh my
she,
god!
She
What?
knows about you guys. You are not.
I
new
didn't know
people
that
to her.
either.
Yeah.
How did none of us pick up on that?
I don't
She was
know.
just intuitive.
Oh my god!
Just an insightful gal.
and like,
Yeah,
why is
Maybe
such a
have your
high level
name
wizard
tag?
doing this?
Yeah.
It doesn't make
Actually,
sense.
all of Harvey's clothes are embroidered with his name,
Oh.
just in case.
Stop creeping.
Doesn't want them to
Just
get
in
lost
case he
the
loses
boundary.
them, so they can be
In case he
returned.
loses them, yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't he have like?
Oh.
Didn't he lose his shirt or something?
No, he didn't lose his shirt. No, he bought a new shirt for himself, which then got filthy in the swamp.
Okay, that's what. I just remember getting the impression he didn't have a lot of shirts.
He doesn't have a lot of shirts.
Okay,
He's got
yeah.
a shit one, the one he's wearing, and his
And
brand
then he
new
got a
one.
nice
Those
one.
are his shirts.
That's living like a homeless person.
Yeah.
No. Oh my gosh! Like I want to like go back and watch that scene
Luckily,
now.
you can.
Yeah, I need to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that
yeah. No,
now.
I think I will. Maybe not tonight, but
I'm gonna change your
Mm.
current location.
Fuck.
You're not in the powder.
In hell.
Mm.
Both physically and emotionally.
So much stuff has happened this session. Fucking hell.
Mm.
Wow.
Right, you can't make me wait a week.
I'm really
That's-
impressed.
know.
That was
Yes.
really cool. Well done.
I'm enjoying myself.
Like, well done on like giving the right amount away as well, because I feel like that's a really hard balance to hit, and I think you hit it really well.
Thank you. And no one insight checked her. You insight checked her once in that whole conversation with her.
I
had
was-
a
she was
whole
cute.
table
Which
of
bit?
truths
Which
and
bit?
lies.
Lana was
Oh,
hitting
like
on her.
every fucking
I
word out of
know.
her mouth was a lie or a half truth. Everywhere.
Oh my god.
The reason for going Shadowfell never made sense. Like,
It didn't. Why would she do that?
I never understood why.
She's like,
No.
oh yeah, I live out here around no one, and I'm sad my experiments might hurt someone, so I went to hell instead, where it's much safer.
Yeah.
And oh no,
It really
went
doesn't
wrong.
make sense.
No, a lot doesn't make sense. And she was like, yeah,
Oh, it makes
I can
sense in
teleport,
like
but
an
I can't take you
adventuring
with
walk.
me. And you can't
Yeah,
take me.
that's
It's
what
yeah.
I thought. I was
Makes
like,
sense
oh,
in
it's
RPG.
just.
I'm like, oh, there's these rifts that we can travel through the plains. It makes sense that she would go to another one if she was concerned about this one. And like, it's probably a bit of a
convenient.
dick move to do that, to put people like in Shadowfell at risk.
And she
But
doesn't give a shit.
she seems
doesn't
to be
give a shit
aware
about
of her
that.
mistakes now.
Oh, she
so
can.
we'll
My
just
only
go for it.
reference for how academics work is Toki, and Toki's up to some insane shit. So, like,
Not.
Toki's in full armor, and he's just decided not to go back. Like, you can't do that. So I don't know.
Damn.
He's like that like jock at school that also was like first in their class.
No one has ever called Tuki a jock in his
No,
life.
I know.
I'm so happy to hear you say that.
5'5" a chock.
I'm sure he wasn't called that at his school, but like that's the vibe he gives now, I feel like.
To be fair, I knew multiple people doing their PhD that just dropped out. They just
Yeah.
stopped coming one day and no one knew what happened to them. So Toki's very accurate from an
There you go.
academic
God.
perspective.
He hasn't dropped out.
far as
He's
Lex
just
is
AWOL.
concerned.
Chloe's just here like
Yeah.
everyone is misunderstanding my character and it
Everyone
hurts.
thinks he's up to shady shit, and he's not. He's just doing his studies.
Easier.
With what money, Chloe? We know for a fact he hasn't got that gold.
Pay me.
Oh.
So, yeah.
No more questions.
We're not playing anymore. It's not part of the game.
It's to tell
Ask
the
Toki if you want to know things.
truth.
That's what the slumber party was for, but I have a feeling
Yeah.
that's not happening anymore.
Yeah. Maybe the thingy will join our slumber party. What is it called? The Noth?
The nothing.
Gothic.
The Nothic will join
yeah.
our slumber party.
Yeah, he can
Well,
He
make
seems in
things
high
go
spirits.
away.
So
It's a good sign.
Do you
I'm
have
sure
a
he's
Nothic,
got some
Steph?
truths and lies to tell.
Have you got one,
One
Steph? Is that what you're looking for?
I do.
That's cute.
Oh
but
my
he's
god.
in there, and we're out here, so let's just walk away.
He's
I've got
smiling.
it somewhere.
What are the chances that that door we locked behind us is locked behind us?
Well, I think she's lured us here, so I think she'll...
Oh,
Like we didn't. Maybe we didn't need to lock it at all.
I've hidden him. I've got one somewhere.
Harvey
Maybe
feels very
she's already
responsible
here
for
as a-
essentially everything that's going wrong currently.
Oh.
Harvey's
Not
like,
your
let's
fault.
go and help this lady, and let's lock the fucking door behind us.
We're so smart.
We're
I think
so
we-
smart. We're such good people.
We're such.
I'm sorry.
How do we
Who
get
is
out
it?
of this?
I'm
Because, like,
having, I'm having a great
I don't
time.
fucking know, man. I don't know.
Oh no.
she could overpower us quite easily.
They're like
I-
little creepy spiky things.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They're like
Well, they're tiny. Don't even worry about it.
They're meant to be like a
Yeah,
a
good squash
human
him
or
like
a
a bug.
person that's just been
What is this,
mutated
a
and
monster for
mutated through
ants?
exposure to like magical energy, basically, is all they are, and that's what's turned them into their mutated forms.
Creepy.
I think we should stick to the plan. Let's clear out this fucking tower, and then she can appear at 8 a.m. and we'll kick her fucking ass.
So we're just gonna
She
pretend
made
like we
me
haven't realised what's
We can
Right.
be like, hey,
Once.
we didn't go into that room adjoining your sitting room.
She
What's
for
up?
sure has wards though, right? Like
Yeah.
she for
What's
There
up?
was one!
Yeah,
Clearly we
triggered
activated
them
one.
all.
Don't even worry
Yeah,
about
she's
it.
low level, but she's still a wizard. Like, she's still squishy. We'll be fine.
She's squishy. And
She's a wizard
this
that
whole
can
party is
teleport. What the
we're
fuck?
nothing if not excellent liars. So
Yes.
Talking included.
Toki has given up
well,
lying.
as we know, it is easier.
He's turned over a new leaf. Starting today.
It's the wrong time to turn it over. Just leave it covered for a
Turn it
few more
back.
days. Yeah, flip it back over.
I'll send on the group chat the pictures of the notes because I have them, and then you can
Thank
look at
you.
them, and
I
they'll
can
be
print
easy.
them.
They were beautiful. I'm sorry I couldn't read them,
Yeah.
but they were beautiful.
No, mate, as I
Yeah.
was
No, they
writing
were
them,
really
I was
cool.
like, no one's gonna be able to read this.
I could read them like as you read it. It was just like
It was
my
certain
brain
words.
didn't want to squint.
Yeah, I
that was all.
unfortunately as well don't have plain text. I deleted that. I think maybe I do. I'll have a look for it. Lauren's big campaign. So many folders. Miss.
It looked amazing though.
Cheers,
Yeah,
mate,
it did.
cheers.
It looked
Right,
very
we
good.
found that. Oh. I
It,
have to show
it was
you.
better for the immersion.
We found
Mhm.
all
Yeah.
of them, Lauren. We found all of them. Right?
Oh god.
Maybe they're in
That's not that we didn't roll high.
We didn't find the one that says there's like 3 other Nothics in the room.
On the papers, I rolled 13. To understand them, we rolled high, but on actually searching for them, we didn't roll that high.
I want to know. Obviously, we know that part of that dream that she put together, but the
Mm.
whole I'm assuming everyone else got a personal section in the first half.
Yeah. So
What
I
the
assume she
fuck?
invaded our dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thought
mean,
she
you
knew
can't
something
blame-
about us and she
That-
made us see that.
Alter
guys want
memory
to, like,
spell is stressing me out.
If you want to like post session just now, roll like an insight or a history check or whatever
Yes.
you can do.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah,
love
yeah.
to. Let me get up my character sheet.
I literally wrote that down to be like, next session, bring this up.
Yeah, same.
We're
Be
bringing
like,
it
how
up
did
now.
she know that?
The dream spell is so good. I fucking love
13.
this.
What were we rolling, sorry?
Insight or
Insight
history?
or- yeah.
Insight or history? My history.
Oh! 26 history.
Okay.
Jesus
No,
With,
Christ.
with you guys rolling it, the first part, the personal part, just felt like a normal dream, and then it was like
Okay.
invaded. Yeah.
So
So
we
she's
were all
not
having a
quite as
terrible
evil.
time, and
You were
then
just
she
having, you were
got in.
just having a dream, and then she was
I
like,
was having a good time.
I was having a
Great
good time
time.
too.
Oh, I was having a shit time. If anyone's wondering,
Oh.
I was having a good time, but in retrospect, it's a shit time.
No, the shit time is now.
I thought I had it bad then. I had no idea.
Oh, we could have talked about our dreams and we'd realized.
right.
Could
I
learn
think
something
you
about
can.
Harvey.
I've sent all of them. Yeah. Cool.
That's
You gotta
mad.
find that out in Two Truths and a Lie, like everyone else.
The dream spell is already high level and she did it on
It's
multiple
fine.
people. That's insane.
And she made her own version.
What was that,
But-
April?
Whoa. I'm scared of this woman!
She's scary. Can we just close this door and go back out into the main room and then just play Slumber Party in there? Pretend like everything is
Wait,
fine.
truth is there.
Yeah.
Close that door. Crack out
Like, I
Scrabble.
dare you
We'll
to
be
go
fine.
back into that room.
Yeah. I dare you to kiss the nothing.
Oh, I'm looking forward to next week. I know you can't
I
make
want it
this
now.
out, unfortunately.
Who's not
Oh
here?
no.
You.
You?
can't-
Question
yeah.
mark?
Yeah, you can't make it on the calendar, says you can't make
What?
it.
Who's who?
You.
You. Who's lying?
I think
Oh,
Max is down, isn't he?
that's changed because
Oh.
my friend was visiting, but he's visiting on Tuesday now, so I can make it.
Oh, great. Excellent.
Yay.
I was
Oh, hell
like,
yeah.
You were going to miss
Right?
stuff, and I was like, I don't really miss stuff.
Yes, the 5th.
Okay. Yes, I will be there.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I'll update it now. I
Yeah,
forgot
we're
I
gonna go through and
had
update this
already
stuff.
put it in.
Cute. Well, yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm happy because I've been wanting it. I cut shit out because I was like,
You
I'm
smashed
desperate
this, I
for
felt
you
like.
to
You
get here.
fucking are killing it. I'm
Just so
Yeah.
good.
I have been
You
I'm having
trying.
such a good time.
You
Same.
keep like giving us little breadcrumbs and we keep not picking up on them. About
Cecelia, I
anything.
forgot to say Cecelia was mentioned actually a while ago. Someone was
Oh.
giving you directions to Anna's tree. I think this was session 4 or something. And someone was like, if you get to Cecilia's house, you've gone too far.
Sorry, I remember that. That like.
I'm-
I forgot
Yeah,
I'd done
same.
that and I remembered it earlier.
I'm watching
I feel
every
like-
past session before next week and I'm taking more notes and I'm coming prepared.
I've taken so
going,
many
I'm
notes and I'm not
revising.
prepared.
Just like to point out when I've been clever.
Lauren, I would just like to apologize in perpetuity for all the things that you're gonna painstakingly put in that we're all gonna miss.
No, it
But
brings me
just
joy.
know that I'm appreciating the things that
Yeah,
we
in
have finally
retrospect.
found out about
Yeah,
so much.
and I'll just like point them out afterwards. I'll be like,
You're gonna create though. We're all gonna become
Yeah.
so paranoid,
Yeah.
and we're gonna
Yeah.
look
Oh.
into other things too much. You're gonna have a mundane
right.
thing, and we're gonna be like, right,
Yeah.
well, we're gonna focus on that now. Fuck
yeah,
you.
and this
I
very
won't
much
trust
is
anyone after this.
Yeah.
Inside checking everybody like 50 times.
literally this very much is as well like small town energy. Like everyone knows everybody. When you're in a capital city, they will not be like this. Maybe, who knows?
Oh, the
Um,
capital cities are gonna take us forever.
Yeah.
Trust no one.
Walking
Suspect
down
everyone.
a single street, you'll be like, who am I looking at?
Right, Chloe and
I
I
insight check every street vendor on the street.
we worked out that we've got a month in game is going to carry us to next year.
Yeah. I like was saying I've got a little
I know
timeline
that
that
feeling.
I've drawn, and I was like, oh yeah, you'll get to this point around like this many days will have passed in campaign. Then yeah, you went out, and it was like 87 sessions later or something like that.
Oh my god.
I think
Which I'm
in my
avoiding,
campaign we've been
yeah.
playing for what? We've been playing for 4 years, and we've
Yeah.
done perhaps 6 weeks,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
So you'll have to see it.
Yeah, that will not be happening. I'm like, I went in and I was like, they're gonna be fucking traveling. Like, we will skip stuff. But yeah, I'm glad I've made you all paranoid.
Made my week.
You
This is
should be. I'm sure you're
insane.
very pleased with
So
yourself.
cool.
I am. It's very much
Very
giving.
good.
I've been planning this for 4 years. Like.
Yeah.
It's such a good payoff.
Yeah.
The
Cecilia's
Yeah.
kind
meant
of
to be
reaction
the
is so
beginning.
good.
Yeah, Cecilia's dream was meant to be like the session 0 hook. At the end of everyone's session 0s, you were gonna get this dream, but I moved it back. But yeah, that was gonna be the thing that like drew everybody together. But that was ages ago.
I feel like because I've never played like a campaign you've created like this before, and I don't know if I had specific expectations. I don't think I did. I think like I knew like some stuff obviously, but I didn't have like, oh, this is what the vibe will be. But now I'm like, of course it's this vibe. This makes so much sense.
I love
Of
it,
course
mystery.
it's like crime podcast murder mystery vibes. Like that makes so much sense, and it's so cool to see that in a D&D setting because I feel like that's not always the usual setting.
Yeah, it's fun. And sometimes I'm like, you were watching Castle when you planned this. weren't you? Like, there's some bits
Which
later where I'm
supernatural
like,
stuff
I was
coming up.
watching this one episode of Castle, and that was my inspiration for this plot. But yeah, so I mean, I can't. It's yeah. Thank you. I feel like I'm just keeping you around to keep complimenting me.
No, it's fine.
Right? I've
We're
got law.
staying here
Let's
to
go.
keep complimenting you. Let's keep going around.
Happy to do it.
We're staying until the slumber party.
Yeah.
This is the summer party now.
This is
We all must go.
Guys, we've run on so long. Izzy has to start eating
Izzy
breakfast.
does
We
have to-
need to.
yeah.
What time is it with you, Izzy?
7:20
In the morning?
in the morning. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
She gets up so early for us.
early.
Oh my
Respect.
goodness.
Really
Respect.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely wild, the commitment.
Sorry to be munching on toast, but if I don't eat now, I'm not going to get to work on time.
No, please. Munch, nap, do what you need to do.
But it was a really
Laura-
great. Sorry, I was making breakfast. I had a really great time.
Oh,
It was really, really fun. You tricked me completely. I didn't see it coming at all.
I'm so glad. That's my favourite thing. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed. It's really fun. I'm enjoying myself.
Good, that's important. You're playing too.
That's true.
Yeah.
My little nothing drawing and all my little fucking graphs.
Love it.
I love the doodles.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
I love that she's like cutesy evil. Like, it's such a good character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Xana can fix her.
Yeah. I was
Not
thinking
Dana.
that.
If anyone can do it, it's you.
Yeah, I was like, it's enemies to lovers, man. It's enemies to lovers.
So I was like, I
She's got all those enemies to lovers books.
Oh.
Yeah.
True.
There were signs everywhere. God damn it. Shit.
Sana can't even fix the Wraith relationship at the moment.
Yeah.
She's tearing this party apart. God damn.
She needs to start flirting. That's the way to fix the
no.
Wraith relationship.
Oh, you're giving me ideas now.
Flashes the Wraith ring.
Oh my gosh. Lauren, you're rent free in my mind right now.
Oh,
Eleanor knows
yeah.
this. Saturday I was in
Thank you
there.
so
real.
much.
All we talked about on Saturday was Laura, genuinely. We were out for a lovely catch up and lunch and drinks, and we just
Aww.
spiraled.
I was in Sainsbury's and I just kept getting these messages.
And I showed Eleanor. I was like, I have the same unhinged messages with you, like years ago.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just losing.
Things from the old campaign and stuff. Yeah. There's yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm terrified, but also
Same.
excited.
samesies.
I'm
Right,
like,
I
Caroline,
really do have to dash. I'm so
don't
sorry.
go, it will keep going.
We play now, Lauren, please.
And we've run over 25 minutes. We very much could have just kept playing.
Oh, look at that! A week has passed.
Week has passed.
Hello again.
Let's keep going. Nah. Right, yeah. Right, so we'll go to bed /work.
All right, have a good week, guys.
Yeah, have a
too.
good week.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.